everybody. Good evening and welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. I'm Aaron. That's April. That's April. That's April.
Hey.
I went this way. I'm sorry. I'm all R-worded out because Chad Zumach is fighting with Chrissy and Frank in the chat of Bob Levy's show right now, and I was watching that just hoping that our show wouldn't start. I didn't want our show to start because I was watching them fighting on that show. Bob Levy decided to have Chad Zumach on his stream tonight, and Frank showed up in the chat and, you know, basically confronted Chad on his lying about him and Chrissy.
Okay.
You know, saying, and Chad looked really stupid because he said, Frank, stop with your alt accounts. And Frank's literally on his Frank Pellegrino YouTube account, being like, Chad, I'm right here.
Hello.
And so Levy, being a good radio guy, he says, well, let's get you guys on and you can talk it out. And Chad's like, fuck them, fuck them. You know, he's going mental like he always does. And then finally Frank goes, and then Chrissy shows up in the chat too, and they're going back and forth. She's like, you're obsessed with us, so on and so forth. And then Frank cuts a deal. He goes, you keep our... Oh, April just spilled beer all over the table. An entire Coors. Every time you spill a Coors, Stuttering John has a heart attack.
I somehow...
You need to go get some paper towel. Just leave all that shit here for right now.
Well,
just
this
go.
is my notebook.
Go grab that towel. Go wipe this up. Just don't worry about all that shit. Oh, man. That was an entire, 16-ounce aluminum can into the shit. Woo. Don't worry. It's nowhere near the board. So it's nowhere near any of my shit. I've got so many things to tell you guys tonight. I got to tell you about the Levy stuff that's going on. I've got to talk about the Where's LolCow thing that I saw during the Content House, and then I really want to check in on this live Bob Levy organizing the Chad Zumach stuff. Oh my God, Frank and Chrissy are now saying in Bob's chat, Mad Zumach, so he's losing his shit. So Frank said, keep our names out of your mouth for a month. We'll keep your name out of our mouths for a month, and then we'll talk. And Chad can't do it. Bob Levy even says, well, that sounds reasonable, Chad. I can't do a fucking Bob Levy. Let's put this on for you guys. And this is so selfish of me because I'm watching this right now. I'm a fan of this. Chad's losing his shit, and Chrissy and I'm going to leave the chat open just because I want you guys to see how Chrissy and Frank are egging him on.
Could be a fucking. That could be a character. That could be. Look, Bob was watching the Content House for hours on Ed. No, I watched it. I watched it like 3 or 4 times, and I caught it on off times. It was like in a day.
Oh, Chad can't see the chat.
I don't know how.
Chad can't see the chat, and it's driving him nuts.
I don't know.
Chrissy says Chad is shaking. Someone give him a green tea.
It's like, you know what I mean? I watched it. I
oh my God.
Like 3 or 4
guys,
times.
look at his headphone cord and look at his hand. He is shaking like a leaf.
Some girl that was talking about trying to, like, she don't have a guy, and then Stancil ordered McDonald's at night. And
yeah, I love all those guys at the Content House, and it was a lot of fun being on there. But yeah, when the A team isn't on there, it's not as good, but it's a 48-hour fucking stream. There's going to be some downtime. Chad is nervous, man. Let's watch this.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's
Mike
reading.
Berry says that if you put me in Content
He's
House,
balls deep in the chat right now. He can't stop reading it. He is shot. He's not giving you any content the rest of the night.
Fucking wild. I mean, getting drunk, or not even getting drunk, but watching Chris Abels get drunk is that's Content House worthy. For anyone that's
Chad is way too sensitive for the comedy scene or
anything.
What?
Have you ever dated a female comic before?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No. Me and Jim pulled a train on one.
I love
No.
Name names.
No, I can't.
Judy Tenuta, I
Jim
think
Norton.
it was, right?
All right, John Panette.
I dated one.
They're all laughing, and Chad is like stone-faced.
Hella crazy. It's just, I don't know, because women are already nuts, but then you add female comedy to it, you're
Here we go.
It's insanity.
So he's going after Chrissy right now.
No,
He
the
wants
whole
to
thing
fuck
is that,
Chrissy.
Like it wouldn't work. Like I know this female comedians are totally different than they're more stronger today. Truthfully,
I love how Bob is
powerful,
going
more-
against everything
more
Chad's
pussy
saying. I
around, it
love
seems,
Bob
from what I
Levy.
hear. You know what I
They
mean?
they
From what I
like
see.
to you.
Chrissy writes in the chat, he forgot that women be shopping.
No, but the whole thing is like back then women were like, I don't, you know what I mean? And now they can use the pussy for power, and it works. You know what I mean? It works.
Bob's a sharp cat.
So look, I don't complain about that. I mean, anyway, you can get seen more or whatever.
Chad is so
fine.
upset.
That's the way I look at it.
He's grinding
'Cause
his
that's what
teeth.
the business
Chad is
about,
currently
being
grinding
seen.
his teeth
And,
dealing
you know,
with Chrissy
if you're
and
making
Frank.
a little
He looks
noise,
unwell.
doesn't matter where the noise is coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't understand all these male comics trying to hook up with female comics. That's like the last girl I want to hook up with.
Because they have more followers. They have more followers.
Bob is fucking killing Zumak.
Fill
Chad's
up your
also not
money. You
hooking
know what I
up.
mean? Because the chances are, you know.
Bob
I don't
dated
wanna say
Lucille
it.
Ball, they said.
No, but the whole thing
Chad
is
is
that, you know,
fooling. Look at him. Dude, look at that. Look at that mic. Look at that wire just shake. Look at, oh my God. He's
Does it mean
doing
you're
the
funnier?
neck tilt.
Yeah,
No.
his neck is tight.
Does it mean you should be headlining? No. Okay?
Chad
That's
is
what's
fucked
wrong with the
up.
business today. Okay?
What's that female
Anybody
comic
that has
that's
following
asshole
can
on
be
OnlyFans?
can be a fucking headliner because of the fact they have followers, a man and a woman. It's not good for comedy. It's not. Nothing's like that is good. You wouldn't see
When he calms down, we'll
any
back
other-
off.
Any other business, you wouldn't see that. Baseball or something like. He's not that good. But
Frank
he can
and Chrissy
bring people
drove
to the
him nuts
stand.
just before our show started, and he's
Doesn't
still
work that
shaking
way.
Yeah, I
from
wish
it.
I
But
wish
in
we would have
comedy,
caught
it's
that.
like, hey, yeah, they can headline. You know, there's guys that.
All right, we're good. That's just Bob. We'll leave Bob alone to do his
You
show.
should have backed her up a little bit.
I did. I wrote something in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah, I did.
No. I meant backed the video up so we could have seen the freak out.
Oh, well, then I'm fishing.
Yeah, you don't need to back
Yeah, I
Chrissy
don't need
up.
to
I
go
think
on a.
those two have each
I
other.
don't need to go on a fishing expedition. I'll fuck that up for sure. Anyway, guys, welcome to the show. Like I said, a lot of that was for me, so I didn't want to go too long into that tonight. We did some Chad this morning on the morning show, so there is that. Welcome, good evening, great to have you. Very excited. You might notice a little bit of a change. We have a new template for the evening show with our buddies at Stoney's down in the corner there in the old Raleigh spot. They took that over, which is very cool. And also, April, you did not send me the other evening template.
Yes,
so
I did.
You did not. I got three
It's
templates.
in the zip file.
April, I'm going to show you said zip file. I'm not trying to embarrass you live on the show, but there's the evening show one with just one file in it. And there's the other zip file you sent me with two in it.
That's really unfortunate. I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay, because the reason I'm debuting this template here is because this will be the template you will see when we switch to a one-shot, which we are going to try and do tonight. Tonight, after the evening show, we are going to switch it over to the one-shot, and this will be kind of the look we have. I'm thinking we can take the one-shot, we can spread it across the entire thing, and then the Google Chrome extension for when we want stuff to play off the computer will be right where it always is.
That's the idea.
So, there we go. Very exciting stuff. Gurmy says, do it live. Yeah,
You did.
probably not.
You did ask me this weekend, like, oh, should we do a live one-shot thing for him since they've been asking for it? You did say that. You could do it for overtime.
All right, if we go into then here's the deal. You know, I always try to sell you on overtime to see if it's, to let you guys know if it's worth your money or not. I'll let you know. Here's what we got for overtime. Lots of Brendan Schaub and switching to a one-shot if we do overtime tonight. If we do overtime tonight, we'll even stay past 10:30 until we get the shit right.
It will be fucky. I'll let you know that much.
That's what we'll do. If we hit overtime tonight, we will go past probably 10:30, so you'll get even extra overtime. We'll do Brendan. We'll do the one-shot. We'll do the whole thing. $2.95 is the goal tonight. There you go. Links are in the chat for the Streamlabs, for the PayPal, Super Chats, and memberships count as well. So thank God I closed out of that Bob Levy, Chad Zumock thing because, like I said, it was only for me, and I would have been checking on it periodically. Some people were tagging Chrissy today in the. I put the clip up of our coverage of the Bubba the Love Sponge Alex Stein thing.
Okay.
And that's holding its own. That's actually doing better numbers than I thought it would. So far, I didn't know how many people would really be interested in that, but it's hanging in there with all of our other stuff, which is pretty cool. And people were tagging Chrissy in it. Content House was her thing. And they were saying, oh, can you believe Alex Stein said this? He was supposed to be cooler than that, and he kind of shit on content. I just want to let it be known that's not what I was going for in that clip when we were talking about that today. I was more talking about the bullshit that Bubba said, and then the horse shit, the horse shit that Alex said. I did think it was shitty that he went to the Content House. He was really nice to everyone at the Content House, and then goes on Bubba's show. And this is what made me suspicious. When the mics were off and they were at commercial, I don't know if he knew he was still being filmed or not. I mean, Bubba has a habit of filming people when they didn't know they were being filmed. If I may play a little musical interlude for that one.
No way.
He may or may not have taped some people when they didn't know they were being taped. So Alex did when they were at commercial go, oh, I went to the Content House. It was so cringe. Oh my God, it was cringe. And like to me, like I said this morning, I don't do that to my friends' stuff, like to other people.
Yeah.
Like if I thought it was, if my friend asked me what I thought of his event and we were in private, I might go, dude, I thought it was kind of cringe. You can do it. I probably wouldn't tell him it's cringe, but I'd be like, you could do this better. You could do this better.
Don't go tell other people.
Yeah,
right?
But don't be going to other people and telling them that my shit was cringe and then be nice to me to my face about it. And then tell other people when you think the mics are off that it's cringe.
Right.
That was kind of a scumbaggy shit move, but that wasn't the focus of what we were talking about.
No, I think that's kind of an after fact.
Yeah, but once you put that shit out there, you can't stop people from taking it wherever they want to take it. So that's okay. We have a bunch of stuff going on tonight. Like I said, if we go to overtime, we will do the one shot live on the air. And we will also, we've got plenty of Brendan tonight and some other stuff for overtime. So I'm guessing if you guys send us to overtime today, it will be more than a half hour. So we'll definitely get your money's worth in that regard. There's all the links. $295 is tonight's goal. I wanted to start with this. If you're into internet culture and meme culture and LolCows and shit like this, some fucking autistic genius made a thing, let me put this up for you guys, called Where's LolCow? Obviously a take on Where's Waldo, and they just made a cover of different LolCows all over the internet to see how many you could get, how many you could identify. And I'll be honest with you, I cannot identify that many.
No, I'd have to sit and stare for a while.
If I looked, I would say this is Jeremy from the Quartering down here. That's by your camera. Sorry. You know what? Let's take ourselves out of here.
Yeah.
For just a minute. I would say that this is probably Jeremy from the Quartering. But God damn it, man.
It's hard.
I don't know who any of these other people are. I think that's probably Jesse P.S. from Pod Awful.
Who would the couple boxers be?
Where are they?
Above the fat guy, the really fat guy, see the Mario-looking dude.
Now, this is PPP from Kino Casino. That's Salt Poppy, and that's Andy Worski.
Okay.
I think this is, what's his name? That's Wings. I think that's Wings of Redemption right
sense.
there.
I know this chick with the ear things up front here, too, this anime
one here?
chick. I know who that is.
You know who I think this is? I think that's Ethan Ralph.
I think that's Ethan Klein in the corn.
Oh, yeah, that's Ethan and Gila right there. Okay. And I think that's Ethan Ralph. They're making fun of him for the lawsuit and the cigar and the gunt. Yeah. I think that's Ethan Ralph. Anyway, is that Sam Hyde riding on a wolf or a polar bear?
Polar bear.
I believe that's Sam Hyde riding on a polar bear.
Waldo's in the front corner rubbing his eyes. You see him?
No, I don't.
In the front left corner, the very corner.
Oh, there he is. Okay,
Yeah.
I do see that.
He's exhausted.
Yeah, but I'm not picking up a lot of these. A lot of these I am not picking up on. Holy shit. Yeah, I got work to do.
Some Yeah.
I've got serious work to do on the Where's LolCow.
Got some unpacking to do here.
Serious unpacking. Oh, that's The Amazing Atheist. That's TJ. Is it TJ Kirk?
Are you sure this long-haired guy in the red shirt isn't Jesse P.S.?
No, with the sun, got to be sunglasses if
Is
it's
it?
Jesse. I think that's Jesse P.S. right there.
Okay.
And I don't know who the guy in the Chud shirt is, but that's very funny. So there you go. That's Where's LolCow at Chud Bear and at Shotgun Shuffle made that.
It's
And
pretty good.
I just thought that was amazingly good. That was imagine the amount of time that takes.
Real long time.
Imagine the amount of time someone had to spend putting that together just perfect. That's,
Yeah, at some point, like you start with like a huge list and then you've got to draw them all and place them all in there
and then
together.
place them all in the right spot. Yeah, they're
that's
saying
hard.
Wings is there. PPP. I didn't see DSP. I didn't see Mersh. I like Mersh, but
They're definitely in there.
If they're put Jesse PS in there, and they're probably putting Mersh on there.
I thought I saw one that looked similar to Mersh. I just didn't think he'd be in the LolCow range. Like, is he a LolCow?
He's one of those guys. He's a very polarizing figure. Some people would say yes. Some people would say no.
Okay.
The guy who made this would probably say yes if he's putting all these other people in there. Someone said Adonis Paul. Is he a LolCow? I mean, you know my opinion on LolCow. I think we all are. I think all of us who talk in front of microphones, if you're being honest, you'll make an ass of yourself sometimes. You leave yourself open to criticism. So I think everybody could be on there. But, Baked Alaska is there. Mr. Medicare was the one with the hat and the gun, I believe.
Okay.
Is that DSP in the blue shirt by Wings? Okay. You know what? We'll take a little
We'll
time.
have to go back.
You guys can go search for that. Just hit Where's LolCow, and you can find that yourself. You can download it, take a look at it, zoom in, and
I'd like to stare
check
at
it
that
out.
for a while, for sure.
Be kind of fun. Is the point of the picture a dairy challenge? There's a lot of cows in there, but you get it LolCow. They're kind of
You have to have cows.
you see the gimmick that they're going for there a little bit. All right, so I thought that was a cute thing. On with the show, as they say. A lot of stuff to do tonight. If you're just joining us, April and I have decided that if you're generous enough and you're giving enough to this program tonight, for overtime, we will not only do the Brendan stuff I've got ready and whatever stuff we don't get to in regulation, but also we will, since you asked, we will switch to the one shot live.
Or at least try to.
We will work on the one shot until we get it live during overtime tonight. So thank you guys in advance. Nikki Fruit Loop says, I like Mersh too. I don't see why people have a problem, but it's on them, I guess. Everybody has their own taste, and some people are very vocal about that taste. Very vocal.
The weird thing is, like, anyone that we could ever make fun of or whatever, somebody out there likes them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, by God, there's people who like Ethan Ralph. I don't know these people.
Is there people that actually like him, or is it all ironic?
Got to. Can't be all ironic.
think
These
so?
people still, I mean, they don't have jobs. They're making a living at it, so they got to have a big enough audience.
I would picture that anyone who actually likes him must be just like him.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe
They
there were
just don't have
fat
a
kids who
platform.
got picked on and shit, and now they want to be
Don't see their kids.
all crazy and whacked out and yell at people. I don't know. Thank you to What's His Nuts for renewing his membership for a 5th month. He says, here you go. Almost forgot about this. Well, thank you, buddy. $2.90
Thank you.
away from the goal. Raider Hawk Media says people love Stuttering John. He ain't lying. He's got people on his Patreon. They can't all be people willing to fork over money to hate him.
Well, thank God somebody loves that guy, because I don't know if he'd be around if they didn't.
We talked with Shuli today, and check that out. If you didn't see our interview with Shuli, it was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about John, and Shuli's of the belief that it's just the booze that's rotting him slowly.
Yeah, like he said, the things he's dedicated his mind and his body to. Is
Yeah.
that how he put it?
And it's just decimating him. You
not
can look
good.
at John from just 10 years ago, and it's a completely different guy.
Well, and when he had his shirt off, when he was switching it around and shit, you could see there was a bunch of weird bruises, it appeared to be, all over his chest and shit.
Yeah.
That just doesn't happen to people.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the Shuli interview. April really enjoyed it.
It was really good.
And then Shuli triggered her insecurity at the very end.
I was listening along, obviously. I was cleaning, and I was like, God, I could listen to this guy all fucking day. He's awesome. And then he, like, at the end, he just kind of out of nowhere said, and thank you for leaving your wife out of this. Basically, fuck them broads, right?
Said, yeah, I didn't
Like,
want her in here. Like,
oh.
she should be in the kitchen and shit like
totally
that.
out of nowhere.
It wasn't that hacky. It was funny, but
Yeah.
but I laughed and I tagged some jokes in there myself, and then I come up and I was like, God, that was great. You know, Shuli was really good. And April goes, was he serious about that last part?
Oh God, I wasn't that whiny.
Did he? Oh my God. And I could not talk her out of it. I'm like, he was fucking around. And she's like, oh no. Like, it would have been cute and funny if April would have just snapped out of it right away. But I was starting to get a little impatient with you. I was like, you gotta fucking stop. You've
Oh,
got
it
to
doesn't like affect me that much. I just thought it was really funny how I'm like super into this and like almost to the point of texting you, being like, if you want to keep going with this guy, we've got nothing going on. I'm really enjoying this. This is great. And out of fucking nowhere, fuck your wife. I'm glad you didn't have her on here.
But April asked me multiple times, even after, like, she stared right through me when I told her the answer, and she goes, "But do you think he meant it?"
I
No.
wasn't crying. For anyone wondering, I was not crying.
But that's
I
not
wasn't
the point.
whining.
The point is, you asked, like, is he serious? No, he's not serious. This is
I
a
really
fucking,
liked him. That
fucking
sucked.
comedy show. We're doing fucking comedy. Jesus fucking Christ. And then she goes,
God, you're aggressive.
and then she goes, no, really? Do you think he? I'm like, so I don't know if we have to go in and we have to like do a thing where we have to take a tuning fork to that part of April's brain.
Just kill it.
And we just need to go.
No, cut it out.
Just like twist it like a what are the picture knob on the old TVs where you had to tune in the picture, you know, the vertical and the horizontal hold. We got to fuck with that on your insecurity. So when we're all having a good time, you don't go, wait a minute, did he mean that? No.
Like I said, I only asked because it really came out of nowhere, unprovoked.
As the host of a comedy show that deals a lot in insults, we are going to have to get you to a place where that insecurity is drilled the fuck out because it ruins comedy. It's bad for comedy.
If I'm on the show and that's happening, I would understand that that's a joke.
Oh, no. You got to practice it.
If I'm off the show and it came out of nowhere and
gotta-
I wasn't part of a conversation, it seems weird.
No, you've got to practice it in real life. You've got to practice it in real life
Well,
and on the
thanks.
show.
I will work on it.
Absolutely. Now, see, don't get snippy.
Well,
That's helpful.
Sure.
That's helpful. We're helping you
Yes,
right now.
that's good.
People like
I
you.
thought it was a really good interview.
Right.
For the record.
And you know that Shuli is joking.
I don't know the guy.
Oh my fucking God! This is why
Will
the
you
yelling.
calm down? I just said I don't know the guy, so the only way I knew he was kidding is you.
That's
it.
This is why the yelling.
God, you're aggressive.
This is why the yelling. I thought after that lecture, it would just be, you know he's kidding, right? And you go, yes, of course.
That's what I was finishing up with.
No. It's not even, I don't know the guy. No. You know the guy
Incredible.
enough to know the comedian was joking about
Yes,
the
he
woman
was
thing.
joking. Got it.
Thank you. Why Do I Podcast says, oh my God, he is a comedian. We're going to look, she had to be thrown into the fire on this deal, and there's still things we're training on, and we're gonna get her 110% of the way there. I'm not gonna sit here and leave you behind at 80%. I won't do it. I will not settle for good enough. I will get you 1,000% of the way. You will be broadcast bot 9,000 by the time I'm done with you.
Sounds good.
All right, good. No weakness, no insecurity.
Okay.
You're going to hang with all these dudes, and you're going to go ha-ha when there's ha-ha, and you're going to go fuck you when there's fuck you.
Thank you, Aaron.
That's what's going to happen. Matthew says it's just ball busting. Amen, brother. Robots don't cry like April cries, says
I
Citizen M.
literally didn't cry. I didn't even whine the way you portrayed that.
And then Jimmy Dabbles goes, oh, Jimmy, she doesn't need this. He goes, all comedy is rooted in truth, April.
That's fine.
Mad Max Mardigan says you are on the show, so whether it's your day, God damn it, this stuff moves too fast now. Whether it's your day or it's free game to shit on you, look at all the fucking Corey haters as an example. Right, but I don't want her to take them the way Corey does. Because Corey
I
yells
never
at
take them the way Corey does.
I'm not saying
I'm
not saying you
done
do.
that.
There's that insecurity again. I'm not saying you do. I'm saying I don't want people to just yell at people when they might
This is why I
give them
ask
shit.
questions.
Yes. And then take my answers is what I say.
Oh my God, I didn't talk about it the rest of the day.
Orange Boy says, do you think Aaron actually hates everyone he says he hates at any moment? Of course not. I don't think I hate any
I don't think he ever says he hates anyone.
Yeah, well, in a spirited moment on the program, I may in fact go, I fucking hate this guy. I don't really hate him.
I don't hear that very often.
I don't think about him enough to hate him. Let's continue on here. Sweaty farting dudes, yes, a goal to aspire to, says what the... Well, I mean, I don't want her to physically be like them. That would be... Yeah, if you physically turn into them, then we got to rewire you back the other way. Got to find a balance. I can't have you looking like any of these other fucking guys.
I will do my fucking best to not look like that.
Pugsley says, why is April so bitchy tonight?
I absolutely wasn't bitchy. I didn't know that was going to get talked about. I just asked a question.
Oh, come on.
Well, you really made me look like a fucking
No, you're too worried about how you look. That's my whole point.
I just asked you a question.
My whole point is you worry too much about how you look instead of just rolling with everything. Rolling with it. Don't worry about how you look. Look at me. I don't give a fuck how I look to people.
I know you don't.
That's the anti-comedy, anti-show, anti-performing is giving a shit what people think. K&B says, April, you look good enough for radio. Oh, now how is that helpful?
Thank you.
How is that helpful? April always looks great, says D Gulag. DB says, don't become a hole. Be ugly on the inside and outside. April, bring it in for a sweaty group hug. Aaron only hates the people Ye doesn't like. That is not true. That is not accurate. I've never said that. I've never said that those people. For all I know, they're fine. I stay far away from them. Not that you should stay far away from them. I mean that I don't tend to run in their circles because not that they wouldn't allow me to or that there's any kind of problem.
Aaron won't even have an accountant. He doesn't like them. He doesn't believe in them.
All right, look, while that's true, that's not why. All right, all of these things are just coincidentally bad looks for me. Look, I understand the optics of all these things are bad, but you got to believe me, it's not intentional. I promise. April's probably bitchy because Uncle Red is in town. That's Buzzy. That is such an old man way to say period.
What's going on? Absolutely.
Lemmy says, well, most accountants are Jews, so that makes sense. Nobody was saying either of those two things. Nobody. Squirrel Boy Q says, Aaron, what do you mean those people? I didn't mean anything by those people. I meant accountants. That's not what I meant at all. Absolutely nothing about Jews or anything like that. Would you like to respond to Justin saying April is so grumpy, he? Are you grumpy?
No, that's okay.
Okay. Better not be grumpy. No grumpy on my show, I'll tell you that much. All right, 290 away from today's goal. If we knock it out, we're going to do Brendan Schaub, and we're going to do, what was the other thing we were going to do?
Don't know.
The one shot live on camera. That's what we're going to do. Thanks says accountants or lawyers are just slurs at the end of the day. You know what? I did see something very interesting today that somebody tweeted that, oh no, it was an article. Somebody tweeted out the article that if you use the word goy to describe non-Jewish people, that's now anti-Semitic. Like they're so paranoid about people jokingly calling people goy. Or like, oh, what do I know? I'm just a stupid goy. They're now saying, well, no, you can't say that now because now that's
why
anti-Semitic.
Is that only a term that Jewish people can use?
No, well, maybe that's might be what they mean.
That's kind of what that sounds like.
But what they're also saying is like, oh, these white guys use it as such sarcasm that, you know, we can tell there's a secret like nudge anti-Semitism in there. Like they've worked themselves into a crazy lather over these things that they get super paranoid about it. And they don't want you to say it.
Well, you've got Ye out there spouting off. What are you going to do about it?
Well, I got to ask Ye about it then, see if it's okay to say.
I think you should ask him.
Citizen M says April can't stay angry, not because she's forgiving, but because 4 minutes into her rage, she starts crying. I've never seen April cry on this program, except when we force her to cry when a monkey mourns the death of its owner. That's the last time April cried. Not only that, tears ran down her face when we play. You remember the monkey that said goodbye to its owner?
He kissed his friend at his funeral.
Yeah. And you wept like a child.
I had one tear roll down my face.
Just rolled down there like an Indian seeing litter on the highway. All right, 290 away for today. If we feel like chipping in, please do, and we can knock that out today. Otherwise, we'll just roll whatever we are short into tomorrow. Of course, if you want to become a Steel Toe VIP, you can become a Steel Toe VIP. $250 in 1 week's time. One time gets you all 3 of our t-shirt, our hoodie. It also gets you the 2 tickets to every live event we do, free entry into a $100 drawing every single month. And when we come out with new merch, you get to claim a copy for yourself when we send it right to your door. That's the Steel Toe VIP. All right, on we go. Another rapper got shot and killed. So who was the last one we had? The one who got shot at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Fuck.
Who was he? Who was that guy? Anyway, some guy
just a young rapper.
Yeah, he got shot at a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. And now this other one, this Takeoff, everyone kept saying Offset in our chat today from the Migos. It was not. It was Takeoff. So this would be like if Art Garfunkel got shot and killed.
Sure.
You know, very, very sad. But everyone going.
It made me sad.
But at least, but you know, people would go, oh God, you know, at least it's not Paul Simon.
Offset and Quavo are definitely the bigger deals.
Okay.
But you don't want to see that happen still.
So you have this Takeoff. He gets shot and killed. And he gets shot and killed outside of a fucking bowling alley. Somebody's got to get a memo to these millionaire rappers that we're not going to trashy places anymore. I know you want to keep it hood. I know you don't want to look like a guy who runs off to the suburbs. But there's a reason all these guys run off to the suburbs. Ain't no rappers getting shot in the suburbs.
I understand that, but I also don't want to have to put that memo out there. How about we just take care of those areas?
No.
Fix it.
It's not going to get taken care of.
I don't want to have people not be allowed to go places lest they get shot.
No going place. If you're a millionaire and you're a rapper and you're going to the Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, or you're going to have it be a takeout order, have somebody pick it up for you. You know, you're going to the bowling alley, shit gets started, and these guys pull out a fucking gun and they kill you. I know it looks great for your street cred, but you can't eat street cred, okay? You can't.
Look, I don't know if we know why he was there.
Yes, we do. Quavo was toe-to-toe with a group of guys outside a Houston bowling alley. Takeoff and others had his back while he argued for more than 30 seconds before the shooting began. TMZ obtained a video of the showdown around 2:30 a.m., and you can see and hear Quavo arguing with someone, and Takeoff is a few feet behind him. There's a discussion about playing basketball, and someone, probably Quavo, says, "I don't get down like that." Seconds later, there's a single crack of gunfire, and everyone starts running. A flurry of shots are firing through the crowd. You can hear 10 more shots in total, and it sounds like they came from at least 2 different weapons. So they're fucking around with these idiots from the hood who got nothing to lose, and they feel like they're getting disrespected, yo. And then, you know, these 2 multi-millionaire rappers, they start going, oh, I don't get down like that. Too late. You're dead. So, I mean, it's time to send out a memo. Like, don't go to the fucking bowling alley.
Avoid majority of the cities you live in and stuff.
Build a bowling alley in your house. You know, move to the nicer parts of town. You know, do it that way. Don't, I mean, a rapper getting shot at a Roscoe's, a rapper getting shot at a bowling alley. Let's just move.
And we had a few more before that, too. I know, like, Pop Smoke was shot and killed recently, and there was one more, I think, in L.A. that was shot and killed.
Oh, and I'm sorry, were any of them shot in gated communities?
Nipsey Hussle, where was he shot?
He was shot in the hood by a gangbanger that he had a dispute with. Again.
Yeah, I guess. Let's just stop going.
There's that, I just watched Next Friday again. And on Next Friday, there's that scene where DC Benny, the comic who plays Uncle Elroy, goes, I know what you're thinking. I was one of those guys who said, I love the ghetto. I'll never leave. He goes, but I got that money and I was gone. That's exactly the way it should be. You should get the fuck out of there. So, yeah, Takeoff, dead. We've now got this guy. I don't know who this is. Designer.
He made that really gay Panda song. You know that song. You really would if you heard it.
I don't know the gay Panda song.
He's a one-hit wonder.
Okay. He's quitting rap because of Takeoff's death.
I don't know that anyone's going to be super hurt by that, but...
is this kind of one of those things where you're like, oh, this is my reminder that Designer was rapping still? Until he quit.
I really do think he just had that one song, and it's kind of like an electronic song, too, like a dance song.
Well, he says he's quitting rap because of the Takeoff shooting. If his career is going the way that you claim it is, then I would think that he was probably already on his way out.
Look, he's
and that perhaps this gave him the excuse he needed to leave.
That guy's making plenty of money in royalties off that song. They've used it in many movies, commercials, and all that shit.
What Panda song you're talking
You do know
about.
it.
So
you definitely can't play it on here. You will get popped.
Designer Panda. All right.
I don't like this song, but
oh my God, it's got 517 million views.
He's doing fine.
Can we get a MIDI version of it? Maybe I'll know.
Wow.
Here's a MIDI.
Not even close.
Just wait. I'll fast forward.
This is ass. No.
I don't know. I don't know this. I don't know this tune.
Have you ever watched the movie Baywatch?
No.
Zac Efron and
the remake
stuff?
that they made? No.
Okay. It's in there too.
Oh, wait. The one with The Rock?
Yes.
I've seen parts of it.
Oh, well, fat weird guy dances to that song in there if you remember that part.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay.
It's really not a good song. It's not worth looking into.
Then I won't. Well, he's done rapping now. He says he's done because
I
Takeoff
think that's
got killed.
good.
So
It's for a good cause at least, right?
2 rappers in one shot, I guess. They got Designer and they got Takeoff.
Dude, can you imagine if they got Quavo too? Fucking Offset's lost after that.
My life would not change.
Our lives wouldn't change. I just can't imagine like you're having your fucking buddies and business partners just being offed.
Now
left and
Offset
right.
and Quavo can split the money 2 ways instead of 3.
I don't know if they're even making music together anymore.
Oh, well then I guess it doesn't really matter. Well, you get to split the royalties.
Yeah.
Ric Flair Drip, you can split it 2 ways now instead of 3. That's kind of nice. You know, they fucked over.
Gotta look at the silver linings.
That's what got TLC out of bankruptcy. You know, once Left Eye, banked it into a tree. The rest of them did a lot better from a fiduciary standpoint. Thank you very much to Shane M with $10 on the super chat. Says the morning show has filled a void for me. I love podcasts, but miss the traditional live morning radio show. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. We take 7 of that from you. And that's 285 away from our goal today. Let's see if we can't go on a little bit of a roll here before 8 o'clock. See if we can get under 200 by the 8 o'clock portion of the show by the top of the hour here. If we hit our goal tonight, we're doing, again, the 30 minutes of overtime, but also we are going to give you that long-promised one-shot at the end of tonight's show. So if we go into overtime, we will do the one-shot live on the air, and we've also got some Brendan and some other stuff for you. It would be a very, very busy overtime tonight. If you feel like Shane M just did, chucking in $10 a month, we really appreciate that. It's awesome. It keeps us going. We are a listener-supported show. So there's the links in the chat. It's Super Chats, memberships, PayPal, Streamlabs. All of those links are in there. 285 away from tonight's goal. Let's see what the audience thinks about all of the Takeoff, Designer, people I just learned about today shit. This show starts and ends my day, says Marquise. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Obnoxious John Melendez asking, is that a Coors, April?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
I spilt most of it on the desk earlier.
Can you drink it like John, please? Can you take one sip like John?
No, I'll spill it everywhere.
You got to. No,
that guy just sits up here and chugs.
You got to form the seal so you can play drink it. Form the seal with your mouth. Let me show you.
Here,
I'll drink it like John.
I don't want to drink like John.
I don't like
John's
saying
a fucking
this.
animal.
I don't like saying this because it's our football team's cheer, so I don't want to besmirch it, but I'll do it like John. Skål!
I don't know why you want to do that.
It's a guzzle.
Did you just spit back
No.
my beer? It's foaming.
I formed the lip seal. None of it went into my mouth.
My beer's foamy now.
I formed the lip seal. It's totally different. Thank you very much to Balls Deep for the $6 over there on PayPal. And goddamn Scoob with another 20. Scoob, thank you, buddy, but we need we're gonna make you take a break, and everyone else has got to carry the weight this time around. But thank you, and also $4.99 from Gray Duckling, but says been dealing with a fever the last few days. You guys have been a blessing. Well, thanks, buddy. 255.
Feel better.
Away from tonight's goal, and we do hope you feel better. Again, 255 away. Nice little rally there, getting us closer to 200 by the top of the hour. All right. So moving on, Designer not going to be rapping anymore. Takeoff not going to be rapping anymore, but for completely different reasons. We also have JJ Dewey with $45 via
Jesus,
PayPal.
man.
Holy shit, guys. Thank you.
you.
And I said we could use a little rally, and a little rally is what we got. Thanks, guys. We're ahead of the game at the moment, but I appreciate it. Someone just left a comment on one of our new videos, April. I thought you'd like this, a nice little pick-me-up. I am newer here, but man, am I the only one who thinks April is a complete smoke show? There you go. Rave reviews coming in. All right, let's, as we continue on here in tonight's program, we have a Tony Michaels update. I forgot I even had this.
He's been quiet for a little bit.
You know how Tony Michaels, the K2 stuff came out? We did our big expose that Muttering Jay and, oh God, I keep wanting to call him Jimmy Justice. He's been in our chat the last few days. He's like the Jimmy McGill character for the Dabblers.
There's a lot of them.
The lawyer, Jimmy Dabbler, I think his name is. Well, anyway, those two have been deep diving into the, oh God, I keep wanting to call him Sosnowski. What's his stage name?
Tony Michaels.
Tony Michaels, thank you. Michael Sosnowski, who was arrested for selling and distributing K2. There were asset seizures. Then all of a sudden, when he got out of the prison or the federal system, all of a sudden, like 4 days later, he starts this shed building company, and you're wondering where the seed money went.
Mondo Homes.
Jimmy Dabbles. Thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate that. Mondo Homes. Yes, thank you, April. Thank God I have the chat and I have you, because I forget all of the good details.
They're unimportant.
To get to the next thing.
Except for the people. The chatters are good.
So because of the information we got from Muttering Jay and from Jimmy Dabbles, we were able to put together, and also Stut Joe Depot, we were able to put together this big 45-minute thing that's up on our channel right now, totally exposing Tony Michaels on our show. Well, Tony, for the life of him, will not mention it on the air. He will not talk about it directly. He will not address it. But now, however, Tony also one of those guys that when trolls come around, or when he wants to shit on Chrissy Mayer, or he wants to shit on us or anybody else, you motherfuckers, these fucking cucks, fuck them, they suck, they're fucking bitches. Bring it on, you motherfuckers. You want to use my drive-through videos? Fuck you, go ahead, I don't give a fuck. As April said, he uses fuck to show you he's such an edgy guy.
Aggressive for no reason.
Aggressive for no reason. So, we decided, well, let's put this little sumbitch to the test. He seems to have a, how would country people say it? He seems to have a little too much hitch in his giddy up. You know?
Sure.
He seems to have a little too much diesel in the tank, as it were. So let's test this guy.
He's excited.
Yeah, let's test this guy a little bit. So we tested him. Nothing. This guy ain't got shit for anybody.
He's too cool for us.
I mean, we go in there, we hammer him with the K2, we hammer him with the shed. See, I think Tony's problem is, Michael Sosnowski. I think his problem is he thought it was going to be the drive-through, and that was the end of it. Nobody would connect Michael Sosnowski and Tony Michaels.
I will say somebody had to dig kind of deep.
Muttering Jay, Jimmy Dabbles, and Stut Joe Depot is your answer. So you have that. And then we put that video up, and Tony will not address it. I'm getting my cows mixed up. Tony will not address it. He will not talk about it. And that's obviously by design, right? He doesn't want people knowing. He doesn't want people talking about it.
If you don't acknowledge it, it doesn't exist.
Well, have you ever heard when we listen to clips of Tony's show, his guest, Texas Paul? Remember Texas Paul? He brought that guy on.
I don't know if I do.
He's a Texas liberal. Look out. Yosemite Sam with an LGBT flag. Pew, pew.
That I can recall, yeah.
You know, his walking Southern gimmick. So Paul Schroeder, Texas Paul on Tony Michaels' show, decided to make a post. And after he made this post, and Jimmy Dabble says we dug deep. You guys are still digging, and you're doing a wonderful job, and I can't thank you enough for the content you've brought, not only this show, but that whole community. This video, this is Muttering Jay posted this. He said, this video posted and deleted yesterday by Texas Paul followed a defense of the Tony Michaels. Was he referring to Michaels? If not, who was he talking about? So, as those guys do their investigative journalism, I have to throw in my own little theories here.
I'm ready.
Texas Paul releases the video we're about to show you. Obviously, it's going to be referencing Tony Michaels. Tony Michaels has not addressed the drug thing, hasn't talked about it since we've come out with our thing, has actively stayed away from it. My guess, and tell me if I'm crazy, Texas Paul comes out with the video. He shows it to Tony. He goes, see, I got your back, buddy. And Tony goes, are you out of your fucking mind? Take that down right now. They will find it and they will shove it up my ass until I bleed.
I can see it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Let's watch Texas Paul after I read a very nice compliment that Paul Polito gave you a little bit ago.
What is that?
I revised my opinion of April. She isn't generic Jules David. She's improved Jules.
That's a good compliment, I'd say. I like Jules.
Evolved Jules David.
Aaron finds her to be far too high most of the time and giggly.
I think she's a bit on the giggly side for me, but hey, some people like it, I guess. Anyway.
Mike likes it.
This is Texas Paul and his defense. We can all put it together ourselves and decide if he's talking about Tony Michaels. Guest on Tony's show, guy they have on weekly, if not daily. I don't know why the fuck you would do this. This seems like the dumbest goddamn thing you could ever do. I would always check with the person before I put out a fucking video like this, but here we are.
Say, guys, I'm sorry about having to drag another right-wing fuck nugget through my Twitter feed, but this...
Oh, and by the way, guys, I'll let Jimmy Dabbles, Stut Joe Depot, and Muttering Jay fight over who's the fuck nugget.
I was just wondering that.
On three, so Jimmy Dabbles, Stut Joe Depot, and Muttering Jay have been all over this. I say on three, we both say who we think he's talking about.
Okay.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Muttering Jay.
Depot.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Stut Joe Depot did come out with the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I think that.
So it could be him. I think Muttering Jay, but either guess is as good as any. I love how these guys only think in political terms. Like, Muttering Jay is just a guy who's fucking around with people. Jimmy Dabbles is a guy just fucking around with people.
They're all fucking around.
Yeah, no, it's not like a right-wing thing or a left-wing thing. Tony Michaels being a left-wing talking point hack is like the 47th thing wrong with him. Like, it's not important to me at all.
It's very far down the list.
If he were Glenn Beck's sidekick, I'd still think he's a,
Come on.
But anyway, actually, I shouldn't say words like that, like Italian words that I don't know, because I could have just.
You might be.
I could have just said the N word or something.
Yeah, you might be saying,
I have
bundles of sticks everywhere.
I have no clue what I just said. I apologize in Italian. Mi scusi, mi scusi. So anyway, this guy's got to drag a right-wing fuck nugget. You hear that, Muttering Jay? You right-wing fuck nugget Nazi, you? Let's listen to what Texas Paul has to say.
This one was important. A buddy of mine a long time ago got busted on a drug conviction a while back. Not a long time ago, a while back. Got busted on a drug conviction. Cleaned himself up, did his time.
Yeah?
Now he's got a family to take care of.
Oh.
Stand-up guy. He has been open about it on his show. He's told people.
No, he hasn't. The
Not
whole
really.
reason we're busting his balls about it is because he changed his name, goes by a completely different identity, tries to be this political guy, tries to judge people like Herschel Walker for their personal shortcomings, and they're a piece of shit, and they're disqualified for paying for the abortion, and they're this thing and they're that thing. By the way, the only people he disqualifies and criticizes are, conservative or Republican people. Never his own side. He's one of those hacks. I like a guy when I watch him and he's busting everybody's balls. I like that.
That's how you should be. People.
I like a guy who's making fun of Dr. Oz for being a phony-ass, fake carpet-bagging sack of shit and then makes fun of Fetterman because he should not be in the race. I like that.
You can't talk.
But this guy goes, oh, yeah, he's addressed it on his show. Bullshit, Klaus. He has not addressed a goddamn thing, and that's why we like making fun of him.
Pretty quiet.
So anyway, continuing on. You think it's Stut Joe Depot. I say Muttering Jay. 6 of one, half dozen of the other.
About it, but a couple right-wing fuck nuggets doxed him and have been harassing him, demanding that he needs to atone to them.
First of all, they're fucking around. Second, not to blow the gimmick here, Texas Paul. You varmints, you rascally right-wingers. Suffer and succotash. Now I'm mixing characters.
Yeah.
What
are you doing?
Now he's going to light a Acme rocket on his ass and fly around. They're fucking around, first of all. Second of all, it has nothing to do with Tony's politics. And third of all, they didn't dox anybody. Everything they found was public record. Your boy put privacy claims on multiple videos, including ours, and YouTube came back with, no, they're fine.
Fair use.
This is totally fair. These are legal records. These are newspaper articles. These are public filings for a business. All of this stuff is fair game. So I'm sorry. None of that is doxing, Texas Paul. Stop.
For what he's done. No, he served his time. He's square with the house. He's cleaned himself up. He's done what's right by him and his family, and that's the only people he needs to fucking answer to. Period.
All right. Then why don't you shut the fuck up? Because he clearly is not talking to us. He's clearly not addressing it. He clearly wants it that way. He doesn't need Texas Paul showing up in damn near his wife beater at the end of the night after his wife's made some air fryer fried chicken for us with some mashed taters and asparagus tips. He doesn't need Texas Paul with gravy on his chin going, let me defend my buddy Tony Michaels from the right-winger Nazis.
I've been sitting here with a total shit grin picturing how mad Tony was
Oh
once
my
this
God.
came out.
Furious.
Just livid.
You might have to suspend old Texas Paul from the show for a while for making the drug video. By
what
the
a
way,
loss that is.
I am writing this one down. We are saving this one because I think Tony might want to see it.
Yeah, old Texas Paul's got his Instapot out. You know he just had dinner.
That's, yeah. Old Texas Paul ate his pot roast and gravy from his Instapot.
Now, people are entitled to their opinions and say whatever they want to say. But
I mean, you'll call them right-wing fuck nuggets and trolls and all that, but yeah, they're entitled to their opinion. All right, here's my opinion. Your boy is a schemer. Your boy is
shady.
He's shady. He's a shapeshifter.
when you harass somebody,
It's public.
especially somebody that dealt with an addiction and shit,
Time out. We are not fucking with Tony Michaels, Michael Sosnowski. We are not fucking with the Polish Hammer because he had an addiction. That's one
No.
thing. If you were sitting there going like this, I'm like, oh man, I'm really jonesing for some K2. That'd be terrible. That'd be awful. You don't see us fucking on Artie Lang. I hope Artie Lang's doing great wherever he is.
Hope he's well.
It ain't about addiction, you fucking victim player.
Dishonesty?
It's about, no, he wasn't addicted to K2. He was selling it to people.
Oh, yeah, that too.
He was a poison dealer. He was a guy dealing poison. You and Tony Michaels will go on your little shows and you will castigate and chastise and ridicule and call awful, terrible, irreversible names to people who just have a different political opinion than you. And you're going to begrudge us busting the balls of a guy who dealt poison, maybe even to kids? We don't know where those drugs ended up. So I'm sorry, you're not going to tug at my heartstrings and go, oh, Tony Michaels, oh, he had an addiction. An addiction to selling poison to people, I guess.
you end up on my bad side.
Oh, that's it. Oh, why you oughta, I tell you right now, put up your dukes, young feller. We're going to have ourselves a Dallas fisticuffs. Woohoo! Texas Paul here telling you to talk into the microphone. I got a backup mic right here. You want to taste some of my San Antonio brisket? Or should I give you my El Paso barbecued ribs? Fuck off, you Larry the Cable Guy in his 60s douche.
I just don't appreciate people of such low character.
Oh.
And of course, this was a stolen valor fuck nugget too. So
What is with the
kinda
fuck
people
nuggets?
I was a colonel.
talking about. But anyways, sorry for dragging him through the timeline again, but it was necessary.
It was necessary.
Oh, he had to apologize. He knew that Tony would be mad about this.
It was necessary until Tony saw the video and said, hey, Texas Paul, all due respect, what the fuck are you doing?
A little surprised he didn't ask him to take it down.
Right?
That's probably what I would have done.
No, I think he
if
did.
I was Tony.
That's been taken down.
Oh, how'd you watch it then?
Muttering Jay found it.
Okay, so it's not completely down. It's somewhere.
Muttering Jay is my sleuth, brother. Muttering Jay, you need something found. Muttering Jay will get it for you. So, yes. Can I get my wrench mod back yet, Aaron? Balls deep, don't time that person out. They've been very cool.
I think that's Michaela.
Call me McCuntia. Oh, that's her. No, don't time out Michaela.
It's okay.
Leave Michaela alone.
You can leave her alone.
She goes through these mood swings, you know? She's
I didn't realize that till right now.
April, you know how these broads are. They get all eggy.
Eggy?
Yeah.
What is eggy? Please explain eggy.
That's something I heard Ricky Gervais say once. I'm like James Corden. I just steal his shit. You see that? We're going to talk about that on tomorrow's show.
I didn't see that.
No.
Really? Okay.
No. James Corden ripped off a Ricky Gervais joke.
Oh, you can't do that.
Fucking no, it was brutal.
Ricky Gervais will fucking rake you over the coals.
And by the way, he hates him already.
Yeah.
He hates him already.
I think most people hate James Corden.
So James Corden ripped off a joke from Ricky Gervais fucking word for word. It wasn't even close.
That's not good.
I mean, it was beat for beat, and he had to apologize on his show. Oh, it was so great. I loved it. Jay Santos says, boomers have the lamest sayings, and they think they sound so cool using them. Look at me. They're talking about Texas Paul.
And with all his fuck nuggets.
Yeah, fuck nuggets.
Don't you love calling somebody a good fuck nugget?
Isn't that weird that people use shit like that, and like especially in the internet age, they think that that's going to make that person go, what? Well, I'm not messing with this guy anymore. He called me a fuck nugget.
I'm scared.
I don't want to play anymore. I didn't know Texas Paul was going to be mean to me. Fine, I'll just put all these Mondo Homes file back in my recycling bin where they belong.
I'm sure all the dabblers are very afraid now.
Yes, they're all very afraid of Texas Paul. All right, so that's our coverage of our buddy Tony Michaels today. I guarantee he did not want that. He did not want that video being made.
Probably not a happy man.
No, very, very, very disappointed in old Texas Paul. Thus, the deletion of said video. All right, guys, if you're just joining us tonight, 2:10 away from our goal this evening. If we knock our goal out in the next hour and change, we are going to not only do the half hour of overtime with some Brendan Schaub and some other stuff on there, we are also going to do, finally, you guys will like this, we're going to do the one shot. We'll do it on the air. You guys asked if we could do it on the air. We will do the cameras. April will basically climb up on the table, and she will adjust the cameras, and we'll do the one shot.
That is how that goes.
If we hit overtime tonight. Otherwise, we're going to do it off the air and just, kind of figure it out as we can. But if we hit that 2:10 goal while we're on the air tonight, we are going to do the one shot here as well as extra content, as we always do. So there's the links to the Streamlabs and the PayPal if you feel like chipping in. Like we said, if we're under 200 by the top of the hour, we're looking pretty good. And we are right on the cusp of that mark right now. Graham Wellington says, like the one dork who calls people dunce cap. Ugh, is there somebody who does that?
I haven't heard the word dunce in years.
There better not be somebody who calls people dunce caps. Grank Nutterbutter says, even if you don't reach your goal, can I have all your money? Hey, you know what there, Grank? It never hurts to ask.
Right. You won't get money if you don't ask.
I mean, the answer is no, but I appreciate that you asked. It was nice. Let's continue on here. Paul Polito says, I was with you till you said, and adjust the cameras. Oh, climb up on the table.
I didn't think about that part.
Yeah. Well, people will get to
probably
see.
Won't be as sexy as you think, so.
Grank Nutterbutter says, give me money. Joe Rogan is my father, so I am quite powerful. Wait, you're not a girl. Buzzy says, easy, I'm in the boomers. Oh, believe me, Buzzy.
Somebody called us boomers.
We know.
A little bit ago.
Look, a lot of people try. Here's what I say. Hurt people hurt people.
That's true.
That's what I say. All right, so anyway, guys, 2:10 away. Let's go on a little bit of a rally there. All right, moving on to other items. I'm going to move this one all the way to the end. There's a rumor going around, and please tell me it's not going to happen, that Vince Vaughn is crafting Dodgeball 2.
That's something that doesn't need to be made, huh?
There is no reason to make Dodgeball 2. No. Dodgeball 2004 was not a perfect comedy movie, but it was very, very good.
It's okay.
And
It's
above,
not one of my favorites.
yeah, but above what they're doing nowadays in Hollywood, which is all reboots and all that stuff, it was original.
Yes, I will give it that much. It's very original. I watched it maybe twice. I don't think there needs to be a second one.
It's a very funny movie. It's a very good movie. And it ended in a way where it's perfect. It's self-contained. It's great. Boom. We don't need to see Ben Stiller and Vince Vaughn do this again. Plus,
Especially not almost 20 years later.
yeah, 18 years since Dodgeball came out. So this new one wouldn't come out until at least 20 years after. We don't need to see it. The film remains a bona fide classic for a generation of moviegoers who were teenagers in the early 2000s. Woo! I was in high school when it
Glory
came
days.
out. Marshall Thurber, the sports comedy, directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber, the sports comedy stars Vince Vaughn and a deranged Ben Stiller. Blah, blah, blah. We all know. The supporting cast includes Christine Taylor, Justin Long, Rip Torn, Stephen Root, and Alan Tudyk. According to Long, a Dodgeball sequel idea has been ironed out by Vaughn and is just waiting on Stiller's approval. So
Can
basically,
we get some petitions out there to Stiller?
right, basically what we're doing now is we're all crossing our fingers and hoping Ben Stiller goes,
Don't do it.
I don't need this shit.
Come on, man. Yeah, what is Ben Stiller worth? You don't need a Dodgeball 2, please.
I'm okay, guys. I don't need a Dodgeball 2. Vince, you had a great run in your prime. You've saved some money. You've got to be doing all right. Of course, I would love to do it, and I hope that it ends up happening, but I think Ben is a little... What he told me on that podcast was that he's a little trepidatious about doing a sequel to something so beloved, something that people enjoy so much, said Justin Long. It's very risky. You don't want to shit on the original. You want something just as good, so I think he's a little wary of that, of trying to create something that was very specific to that time, but I hope he comes around on it. I hope he doesn't. Justin Long and I
No.
completely disagree on that.
You're right. I feel like he already said it. Like, it was very specific to that time. It was very special. It was unique and all that. Why touch something like that?
I'm sorry, but let's play the percentages on this.
It's probably going to happen.
What are the odds that if they make the movie, it's going to be anywhere near as good as the original? What are the odds? Even if it's a solid flick, 5%?
Yeah, maybe.
You got a 5% chance that it's going to touch the original.
Like,
You got even a lower percent chance that it's going to be better than the original.
I would say most sequels are not as good, definitely not better than the original.
So all you'll do is you'll make a castrated version because you won't be able to do a lot of the humor that you did in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you remember Rip Torn's character. You wouldn't be able to do that. Number one, Rip Torn's dead. And number two, the character's dead. And number three, the jokes he told, they don't let that fly anymore.
They don't let a lot of shit fly from 20 years ago. People apparently aren't picking up on that.
Remember the joke where Ben Stiller's wife, Christine Taylor, remember when she's in the gym and she does the underhand throw, the dodgeball, and it knocks the White Goodman head right off the cardboard thing?
Yeah.
And they go, oh, man, she's got to be a lesbian. And Peter goes, guys, she's not a lesbian. And Rip Torn's character goes, all I know is that it can play. You can't do that now.
You can't do a lot of stuff. I just wish people would stop trying to... Yeah, don't make I feel like if you're going to make a sequel to something, do it in the next few years after the original, or don't
Right.
do it at all.
Yeah, you've got, in my opinion, I'll give you 5 years grace on a sequel.
Right. That sounds good.
After that, it's over with, man. Long confirmed Vince is a very convincing person, so I'm just hoping Vince can convince him with his idea. It's a funny idea. I don't want to say what it is. I know Ben loves dodgeball and loves that character. I remember how much fun he had playing it. He was always laughing. Yeah, and he probably remembers it fondly, and he's like, look, I'm realistic. I don't need the payday. Maybe the other guys do. I don't know. But I don't need the payday. And I know the odds here, this is not going to be as good as what we did. First of all, we're all going to look 20 years older.
That's my first thing. I don't want to see something... I don't want to see all of them 20 years later in tiny dodgeball shorts, okay?
You know, it's kind of like the Clerks movies they've been making. They made one every 10 years, and these guys just got older and worse. You know, like they made the last one, which was like 10 years, 15 years after the second Clerks movie, And the kid from the burger place, Elias, is this big fat fuck now, and looks nothing like the
Just a tank.
the spindly kid that we remember. It's they do all these movies like that, and you get like one movie they'll do that actually works out, and they'll go, oh, we can all do it now. And it's like, no, do you remember the 99 that came before this one?
To me, that's kind of like the American Pie movies too. They kept going and going and going. No matter how old these people are now, they do like the spin-off, like the weddings and reunions and shit. Like, you could stop.
And may I say, not bad movies. Every one of the sequels.
Not as good, though.
Not bad, but not as good. No reason. And even with the American Pie movies, at least you have a string of like, we watch them grow up, so we're watching their
there's
lives.
A connection.
There's a more of a reason to do the American reunion and all that than there is to do a Clerks 3 or another dodgeball movie.
Fast forwarding real quick.
Yeah, and again, that 20-year gap. All these guys look different.
Way different.
It's not going to look good.
And like we said, I don't think they need the money. Do you think they need the money? Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn? No way.
Not Ben Stiller.
No
Somebody
way.
said he's worth $200 million.
I feel like even Justin Long should be doing okay.
Should be okay, right?
Yeah.
Shane M says Top Gun Maverick was great. Top Gun Maverick got great reviews. Everybody loved it, but it's that one exception that's going to fuel 10 more years of this shit.
That was the exception, not the rule.
Everyone will be chasing Top Gun Maverick because of that one fucking movie that did well, and we're going to get dog shit. Thank you to Mr. Nobody for the $10 super chat. Says, screw Dodgeball 2. Give us White Men Can't Dodge with Woody and Wesley Snipes.
Thank you.
Equally terrible ideas. We are now $200 away from our goal today, so thank you guys very, very much. $200 away from tonight's goal. Super chats, memberships, or the Streamlabs and PayPal links work as well. So there they are in the chat. 200 even away from our goal tonight. If we hit it, the show breaks even. We also do overtime. We do a half hour of overtime, and we're going to switch to a one-shot. We're also over by $65 for tomorrow morning, so we could break into some of that if you guys get close. So thank you guys very much. 200 away.
Very cool.
If you feel like chipping in, we always appreciate that. All right, we need a ruling. Is this creepy? Heidi Klum.
Oh, God, I know what this is.
Posed for a lingerie shoot with her mom, Heidi Klum, and they're iffy about it. She's 18, her mom's 49.
Okay,
and
both adults.
People are calling it weird and disturbing. It's a modeling thing, so it's not like they're just in their bathroom, posing in their underwear.
I will come out and say I don't see anything wrong with it just because they're both adults. If she was younger, I think it'd be a little weird.
Heidi Klum is like, she's doing that thing. She's now finally at just looks good for her age. Good looking, not like looks good. Yeah, she's at looks good for age.
Okay.
If you ask me, it looks like she's just hanging on. I
don't know.
Just hanging on. And her daughter, 18 years old, so I just feel creepy even thinking.
That does feel weird. I don't want to be saying, oh, she's hot or not, because she's just barely legal.
This doesn't look like an adult. I mean, she got giant fucking tits, but other than that, she doesn't really look like an adult.
I think if you didn't know she was 18, you might think she was older.
No higher than early 20s.
No, 20s for sure.
Me. But people were saying, oh, this is weird. And I'm like, is it? I mean,
I don't think it's that weird. Her mom's been in lingerie for many, many years.
Yeah, some people were saying this is so fucking out of line. Like, this is what they do for a living.
This is normal for them. Maybe it's not normal for, women in your life, but...
Like, look, if it was a porno, yeah, that would be that would be really fucking weird.
That shit sells. I would get that, too.
But, modeling, yeah, they're in bras and underwear.
Damn, her daughter's got some big old tits, though. Did you see that? Wow.
You shot me a look when I said it.
Look at that shit.
It's the first thing you notice. Heidi Klum's
her daughter's got way bigger tits than she does.
Yeah, she does not have supermodel tits.
Where did these tits come from?
Seal.
I don't know
if is she Seal's kid? I think she's got to be Seal's kid.
She don't look like Seal's kid.
She does not look. Seal's very dark. That's a good point.
That does not look like Seal's kid.
Wait a minute. Let's see.
Let's figure this out.
Who is, what's her name? Lainey Klum. Who is Lainey
That's probably.
Klum's
Is it Lainey or
father?
Lenny? Lainey?
Flavio Briatore reunites with biological father, Italian businessman
Did he just take
Flavio
off?
Briatore. When did she marry Seal? Hold the fucking phone.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's not Seal's kid for sure.
Do we have a reverse blacked.com thing going on here? What the hell? When did Heidi Klum marry Seal? Oh, not till 2005. Fuck, I thought it was way before that. I thought they got married in the 90s. All right, well, fuck me. 1995, so that would have been 17 years. She must have just popped that kid out then when she met Seal.
I guess so.
Well, holy shit.
I think Heidi Klum just did a really, really fucky thing for Halloween, too. Isn't she the one who cloned herself for Halloween? She made 2 other women at least dress up identical to her and do facial, like, grafting shit to look identical.
I was going
to
to
her.
say not this year, but yeah.
Yeah, this year.
No, this year she was a giant worm.
Oh, somebody did it this year then,
Okay.
and it looked really fucking creepy.
So you're saying the first thing you notice about Lainey Klum is the tits?
Oh, yeah. Way bigger than her mom, and I
Not-
don't get it.
Not her wonderful personality? Well, maybe Briatore, the Italian guy, has great tits. Her dad. Maybe he's a large-titted gentleman.
I can certainly tell by this photo that she must have a thrilling, riveting personality.
Why is it that...
Loving and warm.
Why is it they don't want models with big tits? What
I
is
don't
that?
think that's a thing.
They all look like boards.
That's just because they're skinny. They want
Right.
skinny models, and I don't know if you know this, Aaron, but tits are made strictly of fat, pretty much. So
Right.
you can't usually have a really skinny model with big tits. So they're not going just for the tits. It's more they want that skinny, tiny frame.
Yeah, but
And if you go around to certain brands, that's not the deal anymore.
Like when Tom Brady married his soon-to-be ex-wife, the first thing I remember is everyone going, "Oh, she's so hot," and I remember going, "Like, where's the rest of her? Like, she's
you
missing
can
a
be
couple
hot
pieces."
without tits. I mean, everyone thinks Natalie Portman's a smoke show.
Your car can be dependable with a 4-cylinder engine. That doesn't mean it's the best
Guarantee
option.
Every man in this chat would fuck Natalie Portman if given
I
the
love
chance.
Natalie Portman.
Exactly, but there's no tits there. I think she's also very hot. I'm just saying, in the fashion world, you asked why they have no tits, and it's because they're fucking flat as a board so they can wear all the clothes and their tits can't keep the fat on them.
What I'm saying is Heidi Klum's daughter is a breath of fresh air in the modeling industry.
Sure.
God bless.
I don't know how her tits got that big.
Actually, you know what? You're right. And modeling is changing also because when you get that stuff in the mail from
boy.
Victoria's Secret, it is nothing but Winnie the Pooh looking motherfuckers every time now.
Yeah, it's to a point where it's like I open these coupons from this and it's just flabby McFlabsters everywhere, and I have to show Aaron I can't shop here.
It is like Lizzo's sisters are all on the cover of the Victoria's Secret stuff.
I didn't tell you. I walked through there the other day. I had to go to the mall for a thing for my costume.
Yeah.
I walked through there, and for the first time ever, I didn't see anything I wanted to buy, and all the images up everywhere were all like big people.
Right. Every time you send me one of those, or every time you open one of those in the mail, I just go, "Can we get the Down syndrome chick in here, please? Like, we need to hotten this thing up a little."
Yeah, but every time I show Aaron a video of her, he's uncomfortable.
I get uncomfortable. Yeah. Like, I'm more uncomfortable with the fat girls in the lingerie that just, it's the spilling over that really troubles me. But yeah, I'm also not, when they show the Down syndrome chick with her tits out, I'm like, that's not how it's supposed to be.
Since we're on the topic, if you'd like to see a real true variety of models, head on over to Savage Fenty by Rihanna. Go to her website. That shit is out of control.
There's not dick tucking going on, is there? Oh, fuck. She's got trans modeling.
You hold the phone. Victoria's Secret had one too.
Did they? Of course they did. What am I doing? Now I'm being the old man who's not changing with the time. Of course they did.
Yeah.
They probably tucked it real nice and made it look like a moose knuckle.
If
or
you're
a
sick.
Fucking moose knuckle. That's what a dick would be. Camel toe. I fucked
Wow,
up.
that was hard for you, huh?
Camel tail, moose knuckle. What moose knuckle is vagina. Camel tail is cock. I'm sorry. Continue on, April. I apologize.
Really? I thought Moose Knuckle was a dude.
I thought moose knuckle was. Oh, is that? Or is that?
I
where
love
you
how
can,
that we're arguing.
Or is that where you can? No, I think moose knuckle is a good meaty vagina.
What the fuck?
I think. I could be wrong.
No, I think that's still camel toe.
Or if you're the Showtime commentators, it's Jake Paul's right hand. Did you catch that during the Jake Paul fight?
Oh, no.
Mauro Ranello goes, and he's got a moose knuckle for a right hand.
Oh,
And I'm
God.
like,
Yeah, he did say that. You're right.
I'm like, no, we don't have moose knuckles for
I was
right
drinking.
hands.
I forgot that part.
Yeah.
No, I really do encourage you. If you're sick of the lack of boobs, I would say go to Savage Fenty. It'd be really funny, actually, to look at that. Or Torrid. You'll see some
Torrid. No, but that's 4 fat broads. So that one's okay. If it's 4 fat broads, at least I got a warning. You
Aaron
know?
likes a good Lane Bryant.
Oh, I
catalog.
love a good Lane Bryant, don't I? Just show me
He
the.
keeps one in the bathroom.
Oh God, I take all at the end of the year. I take all my tent tarps into Lane Bryant and trade them in. They craft them into sweatshirts.
I figured you just shopped there.
The very sweet and confrontational with Chad Zumach tonight and Bob Levy's stream. Frank Pellegrino with 1999 super
wow.
chat says, "Glad you and Gino buried the hatchet. Super chatting $20 so we can get Aaron some new shirts so he doesn't have to keep wearing his own merch." I always thought that wearing the steel toe stuff was endearing.
He loves it.
I thought it was kind of sweet. But now I'm going to be April for a second, and I'm going to get really uncomfortable, and I'm going to wear something else tomorrow.
Do I get to yell at you for it later?
No, you can yell at me right now if you want
Aaron
to.
does really like to wear his own merch, though. I think he likes it.
Feel like a
Plus,
cunt
he
now.
feels like a brand man.
Yeah, I feel like a brand man, Frank. That's all it is.
Thank you, Frank.
You're in management, Frank. You should know about brand shit.
He's very brand positive.
By the way, funniest thing tonight, I was telling you guys that I was watching Bob Levy's show and just hoping our show wouldn't start. Because I'm just watching Chad melt down at Chrissy and Frank. And the funniest part to me was Chad shaking. I mean, he is visibly like he's got Parkinson's. And he goes, "You fucking Frank and his alt accounts. You got no balls with your fucking alt accounts." And Frank literally, he writes in and he goes, "Chad, I'm literally writing you under my account. I don't."
It's my name.
It kind of knocks the hell out of the alt account theory when the guy's talking. Why would he have alt accounts if he's literally going right to your face and going, "You suck"?
Chad's going to have to switch to a mic that he doesn't have to hold so he can't show everyone that he's doing this.
Dude, we watched his, what do you call it? His dry bar special. We watched one of those segments on the morning show today during overtime. And he was just shaking like a leaf.
And he's unbearable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. He was shaking like a leaf on his special.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that.
Well, thank you very much, Frank. We appreciate that. That draws us ever closer tonight. 185 away from not only an overtime tonight, but an overtime where we will finally do the one shot for you. You guys asked us to do it on the air. We will do it on the air. Should we knock it out today? 185 away from said goal. I don't know if I told, I mentioned this to you this morning when we were on Content House, and fucking Frank read that $200 super chat, and he goes, 1,200 away from our goal, 30 minutes of overtime.
Oh, yeah.
Like, go fuck yourself. It's very funny.
I'll definitely find Aaron some new shirts, Frank.
I have plenty of shirts.
It is true, though, that when I do the laundry for you, it is just like those same 4 T-shirts you recycle.
I like them.
They do look good.
I like
in
them.
fairness.
You know what? I'll ease into it. I won't wear one of my own shirts tomorrow. I'll wear the hoodie. How's that?
Yeah.
I'll ease into the not wearing my own merch all the time.
All right. Wait, which hoodie?
The steel toe one.
Still steel toe.
Squirrel Boy Q says Aaron, Heidi Klum is still pretty hot. All right, fair enough. Look, I'm not here to argue whether or not Heidi Klum's still hot. That's a losing battle for me. April and I are just saying her daughter's got great fucking tits.
And it don't make sense. Where did they come from?
It don't make sense.
Her big tits, like her mom has the tiniest tits and she's very pretty, but her daughter's got like triple the size tits. How does that happen? Are those natural?
Again, her Italian dad's got amore titties.
Amore titties.
When your wife's tiny bits turn your daughter's giant tits, that's amore. Sorry, I just like to sing sometimes. Thank you very much to Megan for the $10 over on Streamlabs. We appreciate that, Megan. Very sweet of you.
Thank you.
175 away from tonight's goal. Thanks, guys, for chipping in, as it were. They come from steroids and hormones in food. He's not wrong. Ryobi's not wrong about that. That's
oh, you know what?
They think that
Good
the
point.
shit they put in milk now has raised the average cup size like a from like a B to a D.
That's not the only thing. It's actually causing girls to hit puberty sooner. So like, whereas most women, like when I was growing up, you'd all get your periods and shit at like 13. It's like 8 to 10 now.
What?
Yeah, it's happening soon.
No.
For some girls, yeah.
Holy shit.
That stuff's all speeding up real quick because of them hormones.
Blech. Can we stop doing the hormones then? Are we
Talk
even
to the people. I don't make the milk.
Are we even supposed to be drinking milk anyway?
Milk is very hard to digest for your body, or dairy products in general. That's been proven. It causes a lot of inflammatory issues and just digestive like discomfort in general.
You're not going to like this because I'm going to shit on farmers. I think the reason we drink so much milk. Ugh, I hate it when people do that.
Milk.
The reason we drink so much milk is because it was a lie that was pitched to us by the government, who were giving subsidies to the farmers, and the farmers were getting lots of money, and they had all this milk. They didn't know what to do with it, so they sold it, and we said, it does a body good. Marketing. Isn't milk great? And it's like, no other animal just goes and drinks another animal's milk.
Goats.
Whose milk do the goats drink? That we don't serve to them.
Oh, I see what you're saying
Yeah.
now. Okay.
No animal naturally drinks another animal's milk.
This sounds really gay, but like things like soy milk and like nut milks, like coconut or almond milk, that shit's a lot easier to digest for most people.
And I bet you Citizen M will tell us that milk drinking probably somehow contributes to climate change. So do your part.
Well, you got all these poor cows with swollen udders. What are we supposed to do? Not
Kick
drink
them in
it?
them and tell them to behave.
No.
Adam says, correct, Aaron. In fact, breakfast food was created by an ad agency. Breakfast has always made no sense to me. Why don't we just eat the food we eat?
Well, then why have any meal?
Right.
Why not just eat as you're hungry?
What I mean is, like, people
It's
go
like,
like,
why not just exist as a dog where like most dogs have just a bowl of food at their disposal at all times where they just go to it?
all of breakfast has been pitched as a welfare program for farmers. Cereal. What's cereal? Grains. Shitloads of grains. Pump them full of grains. By the way, those grains have been really good for our public health. Those grains, just keep pumping those grains into people. That's breakfast. Oh, grains and eggs. Why are we eating another animal's eggs? What are we, velociraptors?
Those are delicious. You shut the fuck up.
What the fuck are we doing? We're sitting there eating another animal's eggs.
What are we, velociraptors? They don't eat eggs.
What was the one that took the eggs? I thought that was
They did
velociraptors.
because a human stole them and they wanted it back.
Oh, see, I get
They
all my
didn't eat
science.
it.
I get all my science from the Jurassic Park movies.
What is wrong with you?
But no, what are we? Just like little egg thieving foxes?
Okay, I've had chickens before. I had a flock of 32 hens and one rooster fucking pollinating the bunch. And those bitches gave me at least 22 eggs a day.
Right.
They just lay them everywhere. It's a fucking disease. You can't sell them fast enough.
Birth the chickens and eat the chickens.
Do you know how long it takes them to do that? And sometimes they rot. Sometimes they don't birth the chickens.
Do you have any idea how long that's going to take? I don't care. Get it done. I don't know what the answer is. I just know that...
What did eggs do to you?
No, it's not eggs.
Because I fucking love eggs.
It's fucking farmers. They're corrupt as shit, and we all treat them like heroes, but they're in cahoots with the government, and they steal our fucking tax money, and then they cry poverty all the time.
Well, hey, you know that...
Fuck a farmer directly in his ass. He's been getting a free ride in a fancy car while the rest of us get giant tits and early periods. God bless America.
Well, you certainly made bank on the tits thing, huh?
That's what I'm saying. I blame farmers.
Aaron's blaming his tits on farmers, you guys.
Blame it on the farmers for pushing all that horse shit with those government
okay,
subsidies.
well-
And probably ask Citizen M. He's the climate change guy in here, making it all climate changey.
When you go on vacation and you order a nice bone marrow flambe or Wagyu beef steak,
Yeah.
who do you think that comes from?
I am
Internet
fine with
creates
livestock.
it? A 3D printer?
You can murder animals for their meat. That's normal. All animals do that.
What is your problem with the farmers then? Because
The
they're making
grains
all
and
the
the
food.
eggs. The bullshit food that's not good for us that they pitch as good for us so they can get subsidies and they can roll in our tax money then throw all this horse
Is
shit
it
out
the
there.
farmers' fault, though, that it was pitched to us in the food pyramid form?
They
Is
helped
it
do
their
it. Yes,
fault?
they took an active role in
Somebody
promoting
helped.
it that way. Yes, the government. They're both
Okay.
evil. Let's get rid of them both.
We can't get rid of farmers.
No,
we can maybe
livestock-
change some things, but we cannot get rid of them.
Livestock farmers are great.
As soon as
yeah.
farmers
You know what
go
else?
away, our
Here's
food goes away.
Here's something farmers did. Ready?
Corn syrup?
I got way too much corn in here. Oh, you know what? Sugar's gay and it's from
Okay.
commies in Cuba. We should make high fructose corn syrup. Meanwhile, obesity crisis. They shouldn't have sued McDonald's. They should have sued the farmers.
We got obesity crisis and tooth problems over here from his corn syrup Skittles he eats and his Jelly Bellies.
Thank you. That farmers.
Yeah, it's the farmer's fault you put that in your mouth.
I want to get rid of all of these government agencies that give out all this money. I want to get rid of the EPA. I want to get rid of all these organizations that are corrupt and dirty and fucking steal our money and then give it to these assholes and then they pitch us bad health. I want to get rid of all of them. Let people work it out for themselves. And then we'll all eat celery.
Yeah, the way you're talking about it, and I agree, some things are dirty and not done correctly. But if we just go to strictly hydroponics, we're all just munching on fucking lettuce heads at some point.
Like
You
livestock.
would be skinnier.
I like livestock.
What do they eat?
It's fine to grow it as food for the animals. You don't pitch it back to us.
Act as if you don't like a good sweet corn.
It's lovely. I could do without it.
Okay, how about your mashed potatoes?
Oh, wait a minute. I was talking about grains and milk. How did we get on corn?
Okay, how
corn
about
is
your
not
King's
bad.
Hawaiian rolls you like
Corn
so much?
is not bad for you. Grains are bad for you. Milk
You
is
love
bad
bread.
for you.
You adore bread.
I'm not saying I don't. I love Jelly Bellies. They're fucking dog shit for you. They're terrible.
Okay, but if you had to have that stuff ripped away from you suddenly, you'd be upset.
Only because I've been conditioned.
By the farmers.
Fucking farmers.
Fucking guy.
I just love a good anti. It makes me feel good to do an anti-farmer rant every once in a while.
It makes me feel kind of good and like weird and tingly inside when I get to talk back to you about it.
One of my favorite O&A segments.
You love all these foods. You do.
One of my favorite O&A segments of all time is Jim Norton shitting on a farmer who called in. Jim Norton versus farmer. Yeah, it's this one.
Oh, wow. Now we have officially pissed off everybody. A milk farmer's mad at us.
Cares? He's lucky he has a radio.
Unbelievable. All right, hey,
He's probably listening to his neighbor.
let's go to Ron in New York. Ron, what's up? Hey there, Ron.
It's Rob. What's going on?
Rob, whatever. I
Yeah.
don't care.
I was just calling to comment about you said they should lower the price of milk. Well, these farmers are starving to death themselves.
Oh,
Yeah? They can't afford bread. Let them eat cake.
What was that? Jimmy? Go ahead. I agree with what you guys are saying.
I didn't even hear the line. You laughed halfway through it. What did he say? He's just quoting
Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette out of nowhere.
I've been up for 48 hours. I have insomnia. I'm just giggling.
You are goofy. Hey, Ron, we're just kind of making a joke that milk price is a little high. I don't think anyone notices that the price of milk is a bit high.
No, but Rod, you make a good point. You say if they drop the price of milk, the farmers are going to have problems?
They're having
Well,
problems.
too bad, isn't it?
Why are they starving? They're farming. There's food out their door.
Exactly. Eat a cow.
Yeah,
Have a
eat
cow patty, worst case.
Make a joke about it, Jimmy, but when you do it your whole life, now I'm a truck driver myself, but my family.
Well, how do you know
farms.
about farming? I know about farming. We were raised on a farm. I was raised on an apple orchard.
Yeah, you're happy. Yeah.
Jimmy, an apple orchard. That's all Jimmy had when he was growing up.
That's all right. I just
All right, shut up. All right.
Really?
Shouldn't be farming in this day and age anyway. It should be in computers. Farmers are queer. You don't need farmers.
Oh, really? Oh, you think so, huh, Jimmy?
I don't eat bread. I eat nuts. I eat nuts that are imported.
Those are
Fancy
farmed.
nuts.
Those
Not
are
heard it
farmed.
all. We got a guy mad because we suggested that milk prices are too high.
Yeah, milk
Ron,
prices
relax.
should be slashed into a third. Those greedy farmers living off the fat of the land, sucking us dry for milk. The nerve of those dirty farmers growing figs. Yeah, whatever. Let them throw the wheat around and eat it themselves. The wheat quality's not been good. I'd rather order it from Europe. Go grab a cow udder and hang yourself with it. Had enough of this guy. Trying to have some fun. He's killing my vibe.
Yeah.
Well then.
it's Jim Norton on farming. It motivates me. I listen to that in the morning sometimes to get me ready for the show.
I do find that very funny, but I do think it's also funny that all the things he mentioned people should eat, they're all farmed. Or made from things that are farmed.
Fucking wah. Rupert with $9.99 says $10 for the booby boy. Oh, thank you. The booby boy appreciates that. Thank you, sir. And oh my goodness, guys, Joshua decided to become a VIP tonight.
Oh.
I started watching you on the radio. We were doing video back then. He's not an idiot. I started out watching you on the radio. I thought you were a dick and not going to last 3 months. Years later, I'm still listening, so this is well overdue. Congratulations. Seriously, you can put together a show. Only critique 20% less cunt word. Okay, that's, you know what? I'll say this about some of the critiques I get. Some of them, dicks. That one, reasonable.
Polite.
I could probably lay off that word. That's a word that's pretty high impact for a lot of people.
Thank you so much, Josh. Please message me if someone can put my... Oh, Balls Deep already did. Thank you. Please message me on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook.
100 of that comes off to buy all the stuff for Josh to send him his VIP package. So that puts us at a whopping, you're not going to believe this, $20 away from tonight's goal. There you go. $20 away. So we are doing overtime tonight. We just got to meet that last 20, which I'm sure we will. And
oh no, does that mean we're doing the thing live?
We're going to do Brendan, and Nate's going to love this. Nate, you're going to be really excited since we're doing overtime tonight. We're doing the one shot live on the air. So that means you're going to have to get behind here and do all the manipulating.
You're
going to
have to sit over here for a little bit because I need you to be here and make sure that you're in the shot. But I will have to manipulate the camera from over there.
Yeah, you're going to have to take this window and stretch it and move it and not make it look shitty.
Look, I'm good at the stretching and... You know, all that. We can figure it out.
She does it with my dick skin all the time. It's fucking weird.
I stretch your dick skin.
PH Header says, of course, Opie has to try to be the good guy and say they were joking. Yeah, you can. There's definitely times when you listen to old Opie and Anthony and you go, oh, shit, I can see where Opie was this, that, and the other thing the entire time. Fuck.
You kind of overlooked it just because of everyone around him.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much to Von Kaiser. With 19 on PayPal. That's kind of a fun little dick move. Thank you very much. That means the goal has been hit, though, because somebody threw in like $1.99 earlier. So it all works out in the end. Guys, thank you very much. Thank you, Von Kaiser, for hitting that goal for us. Don't send us any more money tonight, but if you do, it will go towards tomorrow morning's goal, which we are already $65 ahead for. So thank you. Brittany Martini says this show got super Midwest.
Tiny bit.
Nate says, I actually have to leave soon. Can we reschedule for Thursday? No, I promised everybody. I'm sorry. Nate actually said, Aaron is an excellent host. Keep up the great work. Wow, that's very... I don't like it when Nate compliments me because I wonder what's coming next.
It does feel uncomfortable, but whatever. You can have that one.
Plenty of stuff coming. We got some Brendan Schaub. We got to do... What do you guys want to do first in overtime? You want to do the Brendan clips I have? Because I have like 4 of them.
Yes, do the Brendan stuff first.
Brendan clips first, then the one shot, or do you want to do the editing?
I think,
and then the Brendan stuff. I want to let the chat have an opinion here. Don't go.
I'm just saying the camera manipulation's going to be weird. Doing that live.
Don't manipulate our poor audience here. Let them come up with their own ideas and concepts and wishes and wants and whatnot, and we'll see. One shot first.
Come on.
They're saying Bappa first. We want the camera first. Thick one. I vote for whatever April wants. One shot first.
So that's a vote for Brendan.
Chevrolet JB says, sitting here playing farming sim, listening to Aaron bitch about farming. Camera, I want to hear some yelling when it's not going right. Camera. Aaron foreskin reveal goal. No, I don't think we're going to be able to do that. Speaking of that, Jack Floyd says, where's the DSP you talked about this morning but never did? We have that too. We got DSP, but that's going to hold. That's the Halloween thing. That's going to hold. We have time for that. One shot right on the tummy. Brendan, thick camera. They are really split on the what to do for overtime.
Okay,
all right, we'll do a couple Brendan first, and then we'll start doing the camera.
My whole thing about doing Brendan was if Brendan takes us all the way till, 9:30, then I don't have to do the camera thing live. So.
No, we still have to do the camera thing live.
Why?
Because we even told them. Remember, we said when we were pitching this to them, we said, "Look, guys, if you support,
not going to be good.
If you support us, we will even go long to get the one shot done."
Well, fuck me then. We're doing it live.
Both are, your terms are acceptable. Bone Cold Fleas Austin says, just tuning in. Cute. You both are wearing the same color.
Are we?
Yes. We're wearing
Close.
Do you want to, let's do a couple more stories. I feel like we've leaned heavy on the LolCows tonight, so I'll put DSP off maybe for another 10 minutes, and we can do some of our stories we've got here because we've got a good handful of them. I've got, oh boy. Oh no. Yeah, this one's bad.
Oh boy. I've not seen this in like ever.
Some Utah kids dressed up in blackface for Halloween. And you can imagine about how well that went.
Oh, that's rich.
A group of teenagers painted their faces black and dressed up as prisoners for Halloween as onlookers warned their futures would be ruined for the alleged hate crime. The youngsters were spotted in a video inside a Cedar City, Utah Walmart on October 31st. 3 teenage boys in the group of about 8 were dressed up as prisoners, and a teenage girl was dressed up as a police officer. The video went viral on Monday night as spectators were outraged to see the giddy teenagers disregard their actions. But this is what teenagers do on Halloween.
You're supposed to be stupid.
They act shitty. They do things that are naughty and bad and offensive. And this is the one night a year. This is our purge. We should have an offensive purge because everybody gets so uptight and polices so much shit all year round. Let's let Halloween be the cultural purge night where we let everybody dress up in whatever outfit they want. They get away with it. There's no repercussions at work, no repercussions at school, nothing. Everybody gets to blow off all of the steam.
I wish we could have a whole week of that, to be honest.
Whoa, okay.
I want like a whole week for everyone to just vent their bullshit.
Wow, I believe that's called a clan retreat, April. That's something totally different from what I'm proposing.
I don't know of any clan retreats. What do you know? You seem to know about these things.
Brochure around here somewhere.
Oh, is it that book over there?
It might. Okay, look.
You can't show them that.
I know. I'm going to show. I may or may not, sitting here, and I'm holding it strategically, I may or may not have sitting on my desk in the studio the book by William Shirer, The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. And I am holding this book in a very specific manner because it's a book. It's a book. It's one of the most critically acclaimed World War II history books of all time.
Sure. But why is it on our desk?
The New York Times called it one of the most important works of history of our time. It's The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. I got it years ago. It's a solid read. Let me flip to a part here. Let me flip to page 500.
Gray Duckling says Jesus Christ.
Well, I wouldn't call it's Adolf Hitler. I wouldn't call him that.
Your swastika's on the fuck.
Here we go. There were others, lesser known and mostly younger, who had opposed the Nazis from the beginning. Oh, so this is a bad part of the book. And yeah, this one's all about the resistance. Here,
not going to be good.
Go to the later end. Here we go. May 7th, Führer railroad train was scheduled to leave Finkenkrug at 16:38 hours, but weather remains uncertain, and therefore, boy, this book would be really fucking boring. That's 948 pages in. They're reading travel logs.
Did you just buy it for the cover? You didn't even read it?
I bought that when I was like in middle school or high school. I was really into World War II.
For obvious reasons.
Still am. I'm still into the history and all that stuff. And
oh yeah, for Christmas presents, I've bought Aaron on occasion. What did I get you? The
Battles That Changed History.
Battles That Changed History, and what's the
Tyrants?
Tyrants.
It's a list of like
Hitler's
dictators.
On the front, of course,
and Stalin. It's a lot of them. Utah blackface Halloween. I just want to make sure this is on YouTube. I don't want to play the thing from Daily Mail.
Just in case.
I want to make sure. Okay, good. Fox News 13 in Utah.
They blurred it out.
So we can do this on YouTube. All right, here we go. This is the story.
A viral video showing teens in a Cedar City Walmart dressed in costumes and in blackface has some Utahns upset.
Fox 13 News reporter Spencer Joseph has been tracking responses from around the state today and is still looking to learn more and gain better context around what happened inside the store that led to this viral video moment.
Do you understand that none of you will get it that way? Do you guys understand the consequences of what you've just done? No. You guys are not going to get into a college. You guys are not going to get any scholarships.
But isn't that part of the problem? Like, you dress up one time as a fuckhead for Halloween, and then you're not going to get into college. How is that? How is that not a social credit score?
Well, obviously. I didn't even know what that was until recently, but that's true. Oh yeah, you're going to do this one stupid, silly thing one night and then your whole future's fucked.
We totally skipped over the part of society where we go, oh, that guy, that's a shitty thing that guy did. Mm-hmm. We skipped over a whole step and went to, well, clearly if we all think it's shitty, then he should be punished and never have a future. And it's like, whoa. No. We never had a debate about that part. We were always of the mind where it's like, oh, that guy's shitty. Okay, moving on with my day.
Yeah. I mean, you might as well, like, what are you, just banishing these guys to the land of, like, I don't know.
Which, by the way, will turn them into real racists.
Yes.
If you do that.
Absolutely it will.
You're just going to create real hateful, spiteful people instead of what this most likely was, a bunch of teenagers fucking around because they thought they'd get a rise out of people.
They thought it was edgy.
Exactly. Okay. So we got to calm down on this shit. Everyone thinks that if a bunch of kids dress in blackface one time, there's going to be a church bombing or something. It's not the case. It's just edgelordy kids trying to be douchebags. That doesn't mean they should have their lives ruined. You should look at them and go, you kids are fucking stupid. You know, you can even go, get that shit out of here. I don't want that in here. But then to go any farther and be like, we're going to take pictures and put your names in there and tell colleges and your jobs. It's like, come on, can't people just be shitheads once in a while?
That's dude, I totally understand it. I'll say it again. There's a picture out there of me somewhere dressed up as a Native American for Halloween because I liked it and I wanted to do it and I thought it was fun. And I got raked over the coals saying, oh, well, you just must be okay with all the strife that Native Americans have been through then.
Yeah, you should have just said...
Somebody totally fucking put me through the ringer on social media because of that picture.
It was a Native American costume? I thought you dressed as a car. That's the one that was so controversial, or at least a part of a car, because you always told me, you said, Aaron, I dressed up as an engine one night, and people got really mad at me.
It was definitely...
I never
You know
understood.
what? You're right. I forgot what my own costume was. It was definitely an engine.
You kept telling me I dressed as an engine, and I never understood why a car was an offensive costume.
I'm really sorry about the lapse in memory.
I apologize. Well, no, I'm sorry that I didn't understand.
Thank you for correcting me.
It
was an engine.
Anytime.
This is a hate crime.
We all dropped out of high school. It's okay.
Okay, I kind of like these kids. Little shitbags.
And that's just the second thing you liked about them, right?
Yeah, it was like, don't worry, we dropped out. And by the way, white lady, no, that's not a hate crime. You know what a fucking hate crime is?
Hurting somebody.
Dressing up as something offensive is not a hate crime. This is the problem we're having. In the name of tolerance, we're all making ourselves stupider. We're all making ourselves...
It's idiocracy.
We're all making ourselves dumber because we think it makes us look more equal. It's like, no, the words mean stuff and you're getting them wrong. You're saying that's a hate crime. That's not a hate crime. That is a guy dressing in a wacky outfit.
Do you know what scares me, though, about what you just said is I don't know how you walk any of that back ever because there's not enough of this conversation going on.
We're never going back.
Isn't that kind of scary and uncomfortable?
We just have to die before it falls off the cliff.
I think that has to be the plan.
Yeah.
We're just dead.
I've been saying that for months now.
When do you want to die?
79, 80.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to go...
That's later than I pictured.
Look, man, I don't want to go too much past 80. Well, I see people in their 70s getting around pretty good. Like
I was saying in regards to this social shit, when do you want to die? What's the last straw for you before you off it?
At 66, can you still leave a decent-looking corpse?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe 66.
Okay.
Oh, God, that means I'm more than halfway done? No, 72. I can't be halfway done.
So if you're 66, I will be 58.
Oh, yeah, you can probably still score some new dick.
New dick. Yes.
Oh, wow, I almost said the almost gay F word, did you?
No new dick for me,
That is restraint, like, right there.
This is the TikTok viral video in question that those around the state of Utah have been reacting to.
That would be funny if the girl who dressed as a cop looked at that lady and said, hey, if you don't calm down, I'll kneel on your neck.
That's what I said last night.
I've lived up north, I've lived down south, and for me, it's just a huge depiction of representing our state in a false light.
It's a fucking costume.
I want to talk to you, Gemini. Marcus, Shane F., and others in our chat. Are you guys ever going to say something about this? And by you, I just mean black people. Are you ever going to say something about these fucking white broads speaking for you? Like, doesn't it get exhausting? This would piss me off to no end. It does, and I'm not even black. To watch these white women. I keep watching these racial outrages with no black people in sight.
Yep, they don't talk to them.
I keep seeing massive racial outrages, and it's always some white woman saying how this is disrespectful to black people, and not one black person is around to say anything about it. I mean, it's just, it shouldn't count. Here's my opinion. It shouldn't count as an outrage if there's nobody of that group speaking about it.
That I agree to, yep.
So if you do something gay and gay people go, yeah, I don't give a shit, it's not a big deal. If you do something black and black people don't care and they look, I got my own problems, then it's not a big deal.
I feel like...
And by the way, if it's a white woman ever, we don't count it.
Yeah, but then you've got people that are going to be so different within the black community, too. Like, you've got people like Monique out there that are fucking psychotic. Like, everything's a hate crime now. And then you've got a Jesse Lee Peterson that is total opposite.
What I'm saying is if Monique doesn't hear about it and she doesn't say anything and she's not offended, then we're good.
Okay.
Everybody leave it alone.
If
We don't
that's
need
what
some
we're going with, yes.
White women don't get to speak up about what's offensive to black people. They just don't. Not anymore. They've abused the privilege and they've made it their own. They projected all their white, guilty lady horse shit onto black people, and it's kind of parasitic.
Shannon Bloomfield is a TikToker here in Utah that saw the video and then reacted to it.
Dressing up for Halloween like this does not depict the people of Utah whatsoever.
And thinks the action...
Right, nobody thought it did. We thought it was a bunch of stupid high school kids having fun.
How about the fact that being a TikToker is now a profession?
Yeah, we're YouTubers, so...
That's true. I guess we can't.
I mean, those in
YouTube's been around a really long time, so I don't see it the same.
Those in glass houses, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Of these...
Although you should admit there's a little more production value to what we're doing here.
Hell yes. Like, I don't know.
Teens do not reflect the state.
The truth is we're not all like this. I mean, majority of Utahns.
Right. Some of you are unfun, joy-killing oh, that new VIP doesn't want me using it. Slags. I like the word slag anyway.
Are not like that. So it's a very poor representation.
It's not a reflection of Utah, and so it makes it bad. It looks bad rather for Utah when something like this comes out.
Janetta Williams of the NAACP agrees and shares in condemnation.
She doesn't even seem that upset about it.
No, and we've had her on news stories before for other shit, and she never seems that upset.
Unfortunate pause I made, but all due respect. She doesn't even sound that worked up about it. She's like, it's not good. She almost sounds exhausted by it. Like, it's not good, and it's, you know, they shouldn't do that. But you can even hear in her voice, like even in her official NAACP role, she's kind of like, yeah, it's a bunch of fucking dumb kids.
Think, like, being in her position, she probably has to feign outrage over a lot of stuff.
Right.
What do you do at some point? Because you can't sit here in her position and not be outraged by this lest you start something.
Right.
You know, when I saw that, I was taken back and I was very surprised and very shocked to see that.
The Iron County School District released a statement saying, in part, we have opened an investigation into the student involvement and will take appropriate action once that investigation is complete. The Cedar City Police Department confirming it happened in a Walmart in Cedar City, adding in a statement...
Which, you know what? This is kind of the end of an era. If you can't dress in blackface in a Utah Walmart, there officially is nowhere else to dress in blackface in this country.
My official take is, how do you even know in Walmart? Like, everyone's dressed like crazy.
That was our last bastion of blackface was a Utah Walmart, and
it was the last holdout.
Officially cross it off the list.
The Cedar City Police Department and Cedar City officials do not condone this type of activity.
I have been in touch with the Cedar City Police Department, Police Chief Darren Adams. We talked this morning. The Iron County School District.
TikTokers mistakenly identified Cedar Valley High School students in Eagle Mountain initially.
So you've got all these people. Why is your phone in Russian? What the fuck is this?
And why is it TikTok Lite?
What the fuck? Anyway, that is kind of funny that kids identified them, and it's them, it's these people, and now you got these students going, What the? No, I was Moana. Like, I don't even know.
Am I the only one sitting back here though? Like, I've been in contact with the police department and all this shit. Like, that doesn't seem necessary.
What are they going to do? A bunch of guys painted their face black at a Walmart, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll go shoot them."
In my humble opinion, if nobody got hurt, is it a problem?
Yeah, but now remember, everybody's feelings are. You hurt those, that's like a physical assault. That's worse, actually.
Their personal information online. Alpine School District said, in part, Cedar Valley High School students were not involved in the video. Additionally, we are deeply concerned that some of our students have been targeted with hateful and slanderous comments and threats.
That's really good. So we talk about how hateful and awful, and the story's just about done, but like we talk about how horrible and hateful and awful those kids are for doing that. But then when we think we found out who they are, it's totally okay for us to shit on them and do terrible things. And
it's all the people that accuse somebody of being evil damn near do worse than that person did.
Right.
Almost every time.
Oh, man. Thank you very much to Phoenix, $14.88. He goes, I mean, you made me do this. I did
Phoenix.
No such thing, sir. I did no such thing. We are $80 ahead for tomorrow morning now. Thank you, guys. You're incredibly generous. And thank you. What our new VIP's name?
Josh.
Josh. Thank you very much, Josh. Send your information to April so she can get the order done. We've got to be about ready for an order.
Yep. My next order of business, since my mailer showed up today, is tomorrow. All the merch is going to go out, and I'm going to start the new list. And
Great.
The prize show stuff's going out with the prize merch.
Sounds good. There's one more person I have to get prize money to. Who was the other $100 winner? Because the $250 asked for a VIP.
Curtis.
Yeah, so
Curtis versus.
Now was he in the chat when we drew him?
He definitely messaged me, so I'll read it.
Okay, I gotta send him the prize money. I want to get that all hammered out and taken care of for you. Shane F says she's not defending me; she's defending those faux babies I left her. Oh. I can always count on adequate representation.
Everyone wants
here on the Steel Toe Show.
Everyone wants one of Shane's babies, even me. I'm just kidding. Aaron would fucking kill me.
Well, at least we know where our relationship stands.
Oh man,
I'm gonna have to take a life now. I didn't want to do that.
Whose life though? His or the babies or mine? Pick one.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Which 2? Oh, boy. I Sneeze Profanity says, is there a show tomorrow night? Of course. Why wouldn't there be?
Yeah.
What a weird
question.
I'm positive there's a show tomorrow night. That's one of those questions that makes me think, do you know something I don't know?
That does make me sit back too and like, is there something going on?
Yeah. What's up tomorrow? Radio Hawk Media said, I've been silenced. I don't think so. Radio Hawk Media, maybe you don't know this. When we're doing a story, we're not in the chat. So it's all through there. It's just all running through.
Raider Hawk also called the NAACP lady Fat
Albert. That's see now that I don't think she would like that.
Most likely not.
Crank Nutterbutter says, wow, Aaron really made that guy donate Nazi money to his account. No, I didn't make him do anything. He did
Why
that
would
himself.
you do that?
I would never do anything like that.
That makes me feel so gross sitting next to you.
No, I did. That guy, Phoenix, does that all the time. I think it's just to put me in an awkward position.
No, I think you definitely messaged him.
I never did such a thing. Never once. Not once, not never. Let's go ahead as we continue on here. Is there a show election night? You want to do an all-night election show?
All night?
Yeah, like a wait until all the big races are called.
What night is that? Next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay, no kids or anything?
Yeah.
We could do that.
We could do that.
We'll work on something, yeah.
What do you think?
Ooh, we could dress in nice political clothes.
Ooh, we'll do, yeah.
We can wear our blazers.
And then use awful language and be really offensive so it looks like a news show. And then it's just two guys going, and this motherfucker came out and said, piece of shit, fuck him.
Don't have a meltdown like the Young Turks and we'll be okay.
We could get like a map, like a world map or like some kind of thing they would use on like the old-timey news, and we could just tape it up to our thing and have that as our backdrop for the...
Just get one of those old school rolly boards like they had in our classrooms because we're really old.
It's not a bad idea. Let's see what the audience thinks. Election special, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. next Tuesday.
Look at this shit we come up with.
Yes
Who did
or
this?
no? Here you go, guys. I'm gonna put this up. They're saying Glenn Beck chalkboard. That would be kind of funny.
Oh, I have a criticism. And for some reason, whenever I watch the show on my phone at home, it turns out like this. Is that too small now because people can't read it? Or is my phone just
I think it's
blurry?
fine. People understand what it is.
I could make it bigger, though.
Yeah, we'll do an election special on Tuesday for sure. Right now, 80% of the audience says yes, we should. Black Ornament says, is there a morning show or just no evening show Wednesday? The shows are on Wednesday.
Why did you? What's going on Wednesday?
Nothing changes. Well, Black Ornament's fucking with us, but yes. Oh,
no,
man.
Corey's on tomorrow for the first time in 2 weeks.
Yes, Corey will be on.
He's back
tomorrow. Citizen M, if we vote yes, do we still get a show tomorrow? Yes! We're doing a show all the time. Every day we're doing a show. All right, so they want an election special next Tuesday from 7 to 11 p.m.
Ryobi's also saying bigger.
Oh, bigger April, too small on the phone.
I think it is a little too small.
All right, well, you gotta work these things out.
Well, hey,
over
so
time.
tonight, once we do the one shot, I'll see how much room I've got, and then we'll get the boots bigger.
All right, so we'll do the one shot. You'll kind of bring the boot up to the video, and then, all right, there you go. Adam Touche says, so there's no show Thursday. Got it. No, of course not. Not at all.
We're taking Friday off, too.
No, we're not.
I'm actually going to be out of town.
2 Largo, Florida residents were arrested Wednesday after police say they were caught partially eating a rotisserie chicken at Walmart and putting it back on a shelf.
That's something I'd fucking do if I was like wasted at a Walmart.
That is a funny crime to commit, though. Arrest reports from the Largo Police Department said Christian Ray Reeves Putnam, 26, and Alexis Ann Marie Castillo, 32, were shopping for food when they were allegedly seen eating a chicken out of a box. I'm guessing it's the rotisserie chickens with the handle.
Yeah. Yep.
Police said after the suspects had their fill, they resealed the half-eaten chicken and put it back on the shelf. They were later caught trying to leave the store without properly scanning or paying for items hidden in their shopping cart.
Oh, no.
After being read their rights, the defendants apologized and said they were homeless. Both were charged with petty theft. Oh, fuck them. They've probably got
let them go with the chicken.
Yeah, they've got a tent somewhere, intruding on people's property and acting like dicks. I don't feel that bad.
I can't speak for Walmart, but a rotisserie chicken can fuck. Like, those things are good.
83-17 is the result with about 60 votes in for the election special. So next Tuesday, we got to get a cool background. We can pick something up somewhere, just fuck around, hang it up. You know what we should do? If we'll have the one shot by then. Maybe
We're having it tonight.
Maybe just a big blown up picture of John Fetterman.
We can get a cardboard cutout.
I don't know. We'll figure some
That'd be
stuff.
fun.
We'll do some different things for our news desk setup for our election special. Now we've got about, what, a week? We got
Literally
a week to plan
a week.
it? Yeah.
Come
Decap says, hey, Aaron, do you think Buzzard Bob would make a good moderator for your channel? I love Buzzard Bob exactly how he is.
I think he is one. I thought he has a wrench.
He is. I like him exactly the way he is.
Oh, he doesn't. Oh, wow.
I answered the way I answered.
I stood up for you, Buzzy.
No, I didn't.
I wear your shirt to bed every night.
I didn't say anything bad, Buzzy. I said I love you exactly how you are. That's all.
Buzzy's the salt of the earth. You leave him alone.
Eric W. says, wouldn't the extra tips from meeting the goal go towards tomorrow night instead of the morning? If you don't begrudge me this, I will explain why I'm putting it towards tomorrow morning. And Eric W., if you and other listeners have a big enough problem with that, I understand. I'll take that 80. Well, first of all, the 65 was from this morning. So only 15 would go to tomorrow. The only reason I'm padding tomorrow is because Wednesday morning shows seem to be the toughest ones. So I just wanted to pad that. Now, I mean, we could go 65 and 15. But usually if we don't need that overage, we'll just move it to the next show anyway. So if that's If that's a problem, you can certainly let me know, and you guys are the ones who support this channel, so we will take that under consideration. Adam says Steel Toe listeners are like the cool younger sister of Ron and Fez listeners. I don't know if I should be taking that as a compliment or not.
I also don't know how to feel.
All right, before we get to Brendan Schaub stuff, let's watch this guy who wanted to, I think he was at Mass, or where the fuck was he?
Oh, my God.
But he was having himself a little celebration. Let's check it out. Sounds like some kind of Arabic concert.
It definitely sounds Arabic.
So then a guy gives him a new magazine. People say we're too gun crazy in America. Here's a guy at a concert just firing off a Kalashnikov, and when he's out, one of the official ushers at the event goes, "Oh, here's another magazine, sir."
Right, hands out just like you'd hand out like a cigarette or something.
Yeah.
Like, no big deal.
We're gun nuts in this country. Here he goes.
Maybe don't one hand that bitch anymore.
Yeah, we don't one arm our AK, buddy. We got to keep...
Somebody's arm just got clipped somewhere.
Yeah, we got to keep that shit under control, my man. Jesus.
Hey, if we had more of that at church here, would you go?
Yeah, I might check out church more often. No, not if there's a guy one-arming it with an AR-15. Are you out of your fucking mind?
What if it was you?
Then I trust him.
Okay.
Absolutely. Plus, I ain't the one getting hurt.
Oh.
Bone Cold says, Arabic wedding, that's not uncommon. We had that in Afghanistan, too, during a village wedding. Yeah, but can we take the second hand and, make sure?
Just guide it, so it's not ending up in somebody's head.
I've fired an automatic weapon before. If you hold it, don't fuck with me. If you hold it down for too long, you're going to lose control of that fucking thing, and it's going to go all over the goddamn place.
What? I haven't been around you when you've done that. I'd like to see it.
I think Oz has the video. Oz and I were at Tactical Advantage, and we were at the range there.
That might be the most manly thing I've ever heard of you doing.
Yeah. I've fired an automatic weapon. Ask me what kind it was.
What kind was it?
No fucking idea. I don't know what it's called. I just know the sound it makes when it takes a man's life.
Hey,
all right.
Gun openers this weekend. I'm hoping to slay a deer finally.
We've got two things to do before we fuck around and do the one shot for you guys as we promised in overtime, and before we get to Brendan Schaub. Number one, the Minnesota Vikings acquired TJ Hockenson from the Detroit Lions today. This means that we are not fucking around. We are all in to try and win a title this year. I like Irv Smith Jr., but I don't think he came back the same guy from his injury.
He's out for a little while,
and
too.
he's out for a little while. TJ Hockenson is one of the best tight ends in football, and he's been playing on a dog shit team, and I'm so happy we got him. And not just because he's on my fantasy football team.
I used to have him on mine. Yeah, he's
really happy. Really happy about it. So, TJ Hockenson, I think we gave up was it a third and a fourth? One this year, one next year, and we got back a fourth and a fifth, something like that.
I thought we got back 2 or 3 fourth round.
Okay.
Picks.
I think ultimately they said when you average it out, we basically gave up a third round pick for TJ Hockenson.
Yeah.
Which, that's about as much.
You were happy, right?
That's about as much as I'd give up for a tight end. But it's a really, really good one. So I'm really excited.
Oh, the chat is out of control right now.
Decap says you got to get past the Eagles. Go, Aaron. Go Eagles. Look, you guys are really fucking good. The
Eagles are scary good.
Jalen Hurts is frightening. Your defense is ridiculous. You got playmakers all over the place on offense. We're going to need somebody else to beat you guys. Like, we're going to need somebody to sneak in the playoffs and just
Who's going to do it?
You up.
Who's going to do it?
I'm going to need, Dallas maybe to knock you off.
Dallas?
Or, you know what? The Giants. The Giants can make the playoffs. They'll knock you off because they'll just run Saquon Barkley 35 times.
And his tree trunk legs.
Yeah, just control the clock.
Yeah.
2 fourth-round picks. One of them is conditional. Okay. The Vikings nor the Eagles aren't going to get past the divisionals. The 49ers can beat the Eagles now that they have Christian McCaffrey.
Okay.
I'd much rather play against Christian McCaffrey and Jimmy Garoppolo than I would against Jalen Hurts. Give me Jimmy G any day of the week versus Jalen Hurts. Thank you very much.
Word on the street is, though, that Jimmy G fucks.
Does he?
Oh, yeah. That guy fucks.
He's a fuck guy?
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, let's open up some Brendan Schaub. Let's do a couple Brendan Schaub clips. Then April and I, just for you guys, since you asked, are going to do the one shot that you've all been waiting for. We're going to do it live on the air at the end of overtime tonight.
Okay.
So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope it's everything you dreamed it would be.
I'll have to clear this table so I can get on it.
And April will. Which camera are you going to do? Camera.
It's that one.
That one's got to be the
I've
one?
done this before when you were upstairs playing Madden or some shit. The audience will be so mad to hear this. I've set up a one shot before, and Aaron wouldn't come downstairs to look at it. So I put it back because it was one of those nights where you're like, no, just set it up normal for the.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want it to fuck up. And
you
then
didn't want it all fucked up.
Yeah.
So Aaron told me to fuck the one shot and just put it back to normal. And he wouldn't even come look at it.
I do remember saying that. Sorry, guys. All right, let's do some Brendan. Brendan Schaub was in fine form the last couple of days.
Oh, he looks good.
He was really... I don't know if Brendan had a lot of his kratom, whatever you call it. I don't know if he was full of that. I don't know if he was full of his Tiger Thick Panther Piss vodka, whiskey, whatever it is. I don't know what was up with Brendan, but boy, was he feeling himself these last couple of days. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know he's just like Machine Gun Kelly and Drake?
Ooh. Can he rap or not rap, depending on what your preferences are?
It's it's in how they handle the haters be. Oh. Remember, Brendan doesn't give a fuck about the haters.
That's true.
Remember that? Haters don't matter. He doesn't care about haters. Forget that he developed a dossier to try and prove who the haters were once.
300 pages.
300-page dossier to find out who the haters were. And forget that he talks about them nearly every day. Brendan don't give a fuck about the haters, yo.
B.
So Machine Gun Kelly gets so much hate, right? So if you're just you're addicted to your cell phone, you're like, God, people hate Machine Gun Kelly. But if you open up your eyes,
I love how he says to his co-host, if you're obsessed with your cell phone. Meanwhile, Brian Callen can't even have it in his pockets during the show. He's got to have it sitting right out there on the table. So if you're addicted to your phone, B.
But if you open up your eyes and you look at how many downloads he has on Spotify, and if you look at his arena,
you ever see how many tickets he sells?
That's what I'm saying. Arena sold out tour, or Drake for that matter. Whoever.
Holy shit. You know what, Brendan? You're right. Oh, my God. Did you know Drake and Machine Gun Kelly sell a lot of records and downloads, and they sell a shitload of tickets?
God, we've really gone deep, though. Did you hear him? And with, the whimsy, he said that. But he's like, if you open up your eyes, you'll see.
This guy, is so... why can't he just say, look, I read all the shit on the subreddit. I'm kind of obsessed with the hater thing. This is not you telling us these things so that we change our mind. This is you telling yourself and Brian Callen because you guys are still insecure.
Dude, Brendan's my favorite.
You don't need to tell the rest of us. We know that Machine Gun Kelly sells a lot of albums. We know that Drake is wildly successful, Brendan. So who are you telling this to exactly? That's my question.
It is a good question.
Is Brendan saying this to us, or is Brendan saying this to Brendan?
Or is he just trying to get some attention from his, idols?
Is he just does he look in the mirror and give this same speech? People hate Drake and MGK too, buddy. You got this. Let's go do the show.
Whoever it is.
Doing okay.
Yeah.
Doing okay.
Oh, or even me. Oh, his comedy's not... Sold out 2 shows in Calgary. What do you want me to do?
I heard Calgary. You had
this is a really dishonest thing that Brendan's doing right now. I wouldn't mind this at all. Cock off about your sellouts, absolutely. But admit your fuck-ups, too. This is what Shuli was talking about today. Mm-hmm. Anytime you start bragging about when you're big dick comedian, it means you don't know how to handle bombing, and you're not growing as a performer anymore.
Right.
Because those good ones are like the gimmies. You're like, hey, good. It's great that happened. But you focus on the bombings and the ones where people don't show up.
Yep.
Brendan never goes on his show and talks about the shows he's canceled, or the shows where barely anybody showed up. Never.
How bad his special did.
But the minute he needs to reaffirm himself about the haters be that he doesn't care about, it's Machine Gun Kelly, Drake, and I just sold out 2 shows. I just don't like the dishonesty of it, the misrepresentation of it. That's the only thing that bugs me about that.
Standing room only.
Yeah. So it's
The rest is adorable.
like
But I heard they wanted to add another show, like a third show.
2 shows.
Yeah,
2
no, but I
shows.
heard they
Yeah.
wanted to add. I
Yeah.
heard they were standing room
Yeah.
only.
Yeah.
Holy shit, guys. He's just like
Whoa.
Drake. Drake would do
See a guy do something.
only shows. So now Brendan Schaub is going to compare himself to LeBron and Tom Brady in this next one.
No.
So in the last clip, Brendan was so far he's what? He's Machine Gun Kelly.
And Drake.
He's Drake. Now he's going to be Tom Brady. And who was the other one I said? It's going to be Tom Brady and LeBron in this next one. All right, here we go, Brendan.
See a guy do something crazy, and you're like, that's not real. That can't be real. That was so impressive. That can't be real. You're actually helping Jake Paul in this. That's all you're doing. You're just feeding into his narrative.
Again, this is Brendan Schaub laser focusing in on haters again.
What is going on with the Jake Paul thing? So is he an anti-Jake Paul guy
No.
too?
This is about the people who think the fight was fixed.
Okay.
He's saying you're full of
Okay.
shit. But
Good.
again, it's like Brendan's whole gimmick now is being like finding haters, and then he all of a sudden starts projecting his own insecurity about the hate he gets. Like, I wish Brendan would be honest and say, God damn, man, I just wish these people loved me. I think I'm a nice guy.
I just want to be adored.
I just want to be adored. I want people to like me the way they like Joe, and it's not happening, and some of these people are really mean, and God damn it, I just wish they would stop it. Instead of doing the false projection thing where you're like, I'm such king shit, bro. I'm like MGK and Drake. It's like, Brendan's no one's buying it. It makes you look douchey and less. That's the irony. The more he tries to obsess about the haters and defend himself, the more douchey and unlikable he becomes. That's the sad tragedy of Brendan.
When you say that, that's a compliment. That's such a compliment. It's the same thing. I've had people go, Schaub doesn't write his jokes. There's no way. They come to the show, and then Mark tells me, yeah, this guy, thinks you have someone writing your jokes. I'm like, damn, that's a compliment, dude. They think, what do they think? Chris Rock's writing them? Who's writing them?
Yeah, that's what they think. They think Chris Rock is writing your joke. First of all, Brendan, you have done. He's impressive to me. The mental gymnastics he's doing here to make that a good thing. No, Brendan, what they're saying is you're really fucking stupid, and they don't think you can write a joke.
He kind of is adorable to me in the way that I don't think he wants to be at this point,
Right.
but he is my favorite.
The way he rationalizes,
Yes.
right? The way he puts himself into a spin cycle and comes out with this rationale where you're like, Brendan, you never even had to talk about any of this in the first place. None of us were saying this to you, buddy.
I'm like, oh, man, that's dope. I'm never like, what? That's ridiculous. No, dude. Hell yeah, man. Fuck yeah. You think somebody else is doing that? That's dope, dude. That's great. That means it's a good show. It was so good.
He's just I was just going to say he's a big kid.
He is. You kind of want to just, buddy.
Yeah, you're just
It's-
like,
oh,
you
you're
want to
doing
give him an
fine.
ice cream cone and watch him eat it and go,
Yeah.
oh, I ate it too fast.
Oh, it's okay. You just got a little brain freeze.
It's okay, Brendan. Just don't eat it so quick, bud, and you won't get that brain freeze.
I'm going to name my firstborn child Brendan.
Yo, I got
In
brain
honor.
freeze, B, but that just means I got big brains. So that's like a compliment.
You think somebody else is writing it? Hell yeah, dude. This is great. This is fantastic.
He's so happy.
So with Jake, same thing. Exact same thing. Exact same thing. Same thing with Tom Brady, right? Dude, he's whatever he is, 44. Dude, there's no way he's that good. Yeah, he's on steroids, right? We always want to cut the legs from under people because we could never comprehend that.
Again, it's just this obsession with haters and the hate. We just want to cut the legs out from people. No, you just read too much Reddit. Brendan, nobody on Reddit likes anybody. The minute they start liking someone, it's countdown to when they can rip them apart, buddy. And it's okay. That's what they do for fun. That's their good time. Let them have it.
Most people, I would say, don't read the Reddit threads that
Yeah.
are about them. Most people just don't because they know it's garbage and people are really mean there.
Dabblers Anonymous loves this show, but if you go into a clip of ours on that subreddit, there's at least 50% of the people on there going, fuck this guy, I hate him.
Yeah.
It's just,
and look at that cunt.
yeah,
Yes.
that's what they do, Brendan. You don't have to spend all this time comparing yourself to Hall of Fame athletes.
How much better would his life be if he would just stay off Reddit?
Oh, he'd be in a mindless
so
bliss.
happy.
Yeah. He'd be eating the ice cream on the show.
Yeah.
we could achieve these accomplishments. Oh my God, Tom Brady, dude, he's on so much shit. LeBron, dude, so much shit. Okay. Just makes you feel better about yourself.
Again, this is a man just trying to project his insecurities and be like, oh, no, instead I'm like Tom Brady. This one is really good. Brendan, oh boy, did Brendan step in shit in this one. And like I said, I'm going through these kind of more quick hitter than usual because I've got 4 of them today, and this is our third one. This second to the last one is maybe my favorite. Brendan gives a hot MMA take about the recent UFC pay-per-view, where Charles Oliveira got stopped by Islam, and now he's the new champion. There was a controversial fight on that card where Sugar Sean O'Malley defeated Petr Yan. And it was very controversial. It was a very controversial decision. Most people feel that Yan won the fight.
And
now Brendan's going to give you his theory as to why Yan got robbed. And then I'm going to see how many of you can spot the fault in his logic. It's very funny.
Watch the fight. He goes, definitely won. Agree. Put a heart emoji.
Agree.
And then since then, Daniel Cormier, he says he's been hearing stuff about Petr Yan because, Petr Yan, he lost a split to Aljamain. He had the DQ because of the knee. And then now this Sean O'Malley thing. He's saying that he thinks the UFC doesn't have his back, so he might want to do something else. And not
you
be
mean
in
the
UFC
UFC doesn't want a Russian champion during these times? Yeah.
I don't know. What's so?
You think maybe, and I love how he thinks he's got such a hot take. Like, you think that maybe the UFC doesn't want a Russian champion,
Come on, isn't it?
Ukraine. Now, wait a minute. You might not. It's okay if you don't know why that's funny.
I do. I totally get that.
No, don't be so sure. Why is that funny? Why is that an asinine statement to make, specifically for that pay-per-view card?
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Now I feel like you're backing me into a corner.
It's okay if you don't know.
Okay.
I want to, because a lot of people in the chat might not know. Why is it funny that he's going, you know what it is? Maybe UFC doesn't want a Russian champion during these times. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe no one will get it. Maybe I'm the only one who drew this conclusion out of this.
I'm very interested to hear what you say before I say mine, because I just really thought that he thought that was the hottest take in the world while Russia's...
No. That in and of itself is great. That's very funny too. But I'm
assuming somebody on the card.
It's Islam.
Yeah.
Islam beat Oliveira.
Okay, that's where I was going to go with it next.
Islam is Russian.
Yes.
The guy who won the lightweight title, not just that very night, but the very next fight, the guy who won the title was a Russian.
He's a Russian.
Oh, and again, Brendan felt so good about that take. He felt so good about where he was going with that. He's like, oh, I got something nobody will give you. So now,
wasn't it so cute how confident he was in that?
So now, April, armed with that knowledge, let's watch that part again.
He's saying that he thinks the UFC doesn't have his back, so he might want to do something else. And not
you
be
mean
in
the UFC doesn't want a Russian champion during these times? Yeah.
I don't know. What's so? That's what Daniel.
That guy's uncomfortable.
That guy does not even address it.
He's like, yeah, no.
Data against Petr Yan because he's Russian? Yeah, good chance.
Good chance.
Look at him just kind of,
What are you going to do with that?
Listen to that silence after Brendan looks at his stat guy over there and is like, huh? And the other guy's like, because people don't go against Brendan because it hurts his feelings. So that guy's like, I'm not going to tell him. I'm just going to let him go.
In fairness to that guy, I'm sure he just wants a job.
Well, not only that, Brendan's a wreck. We know this. Like, Brendan doesn't look how he handles anonymous criticism, for Christ's sake. You think he's going to be very good with a guy looking right at him going, Brendan, you fucking idiot. The next guy in the next fight is a Russian and he won the title.
No, and if you're making the host of your show that you're working on feel uncomfortable in person, you're probably gone.
Goddamn right. Don't you forget.
You can't fight in Russia.
Definitely can't fight in Russia.
No.
Not right now.
What do you do with that? Face of...
Fight in Las Vegas like they always do?
I don't know of any of these fights that go on in Russia.
Oh,
do you?
I love
When's
them.
the last time it was in Russia?
Oh, I just love this.
That division's Russian.
I love that he falls into his hot takes and just marries them right away without looking into it at all.
With what's going on right now, it's going to be tough to market. You think Americans are going to get behind that? Your American audience? can't advertise in Russia for the most part. I don't think.
Oh, this is brutal.
From a business standpoint,
Fucking brutal.
I'm with Peter Yan. I'm like, I'm fucking out of here, dude.
He keeps looking at him too. He keeps really looking at the stat guy like, come on, I'm right. Back me up here.
That was fucking brutal, man. That
Oh.
he's leaning in with that. His co-host is trying to be silent, like, dude, no, dude, fucking terrible.
His co-host
take.
trying to save him.
This is awful. Don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. The implication says Abu Dhabi, dumbass. Yeah, that's what they'll fight. They'll fight in Abu Dhabi. They'll fight in Brazil. They'll fight in Las Vegas, New York. They'll fight in the Honda
Texas,
Center.
Dallas.
They'll fight in L.A. Yeah, pretty much everywhere else, Brendan. They'll fight there. Oh, man. But he was, you almost feel bad correcting him because he was really proud of that take.
He's always so proud of his takes. It's the cutest part about him.
Well, I saved the hottest take for last.
Okay.
Brendan Schaub is going to go one-on-one with Ye and his recent behavior.
No, he's not.
Oh, get the fuck ready, folks.
I'm ready.
So they're like, oh, we won't. No, absolutely not. All right.
Well, that's
It's such a shame. And all you got to do is educate yourself, know the history of Jews, and you would have so much respect, Kanye, because you think you came from nothing, Bella? You think you came from the depths of hell to get to where you're at? Educate yourself on the Jewish people and what they went through.
Don't say it.
What are you talking about, dude? You'd have so much respect for them. And if he went, I educated myself. I didn't know. Oh my God, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And then if he apologized, then we can all move on.
Yeah.
The Jews in America had it worse, according to Brendan Schaub, than black people in America. Who owned the blacks, Brendan? Dude, come on.
That one's hard to digest almost because the sports ones are so fucking innocent and cute and weird.
Notice when he does all the takes, everyone around him just goes really quiet.
I do notice that, yep. They don't want to say anything lest they be thrown into this debacle he's putting himself in.
Marcus writes, fuck your mother, Brendan. Yeah. Dude, do you want to look at the numbers of what percentage of slaves were owned by... You know what? I'll stop there.
Not good.
I'll stop there. You guys can look into that yourself.
Not good.
Oh, boy. You think you had it bad? Jews in America? So far, so good, I would say. Now, Jews in Europe, in that 6-year span, yeah, pretty rough.
Yes,
pretty rough.
Very bad.
That span where Hitler was killing Jews was really rough for the Jews.
Kind of ugly.
So you got that. Let's give them 10 years on that one. Let's give them like 35
whole
to 40.
decade.
35 to 45. We'll give you that. Really terrible time. For black people, from about 1500 to about yesterday, it was dog shit. Dude, come on. You want to know how many people in that amount of time. You want to talk about the numbers of the Holocaust. Let's talk about the number of people killed during slavery, died during the Middle Passage, getting from Africa to North America. You want to talk about
piled on top of each other.
Millions. Fucking untold millions. We don't even have the number. And then on the other side of the ocean in Africa, being rounded up, how many people were killed doing that? And then you want to talk about the treatment as property. You want to talk about the breeding practices, the lack of education, all of it.
The things they were just made to do in general.
Brendan,
Just gross.
Holy shit, man. Like you said, the
I
Peter
couldn't even
Yan
laugh at that one.
Yeah, the Peter Yan take was terrible.
Yeah.
But at least that's just a guy doing a fighting sport.
And it's sports, yeah. Who cares?
This is going...
This is people.
Kanye, you want to talk about Jewish people? They've had it way worse than black people in America. Really?
The fuck they did.
Wow. Again, I only ask you to go look at slavery ownership statistics. That's all I would ask you to look up for yourself, and then you can know. Raider Hawk Media says he's recreating history for his own agenda. Oh, well, no, I don't think it's even that clandestine. He's just dumb.
Yeah,
That's
when
it.
it comes to Brendan, he really is just that stupid.
He's just a dumb guy. All right, April, let's do it. That's
Okay.
the end of the Brendan stuff.
Catch up with the chat if you want for a minute. I will be right back.
All right, April's going to set up the one shot. You guys paid for it. You guys were generous enough to knock out our goal. We got a new VIP out of the deal. We're $80 ahead for tomorrow morning. So what we're going to do is this thing you guys have been asking for forever in creating this one shot. So instead of 2 different boxes, the steel toe is just one consistent shot. We're going to do this. We're going to do this on the air right now and knock it out. The implication says, I don't want to talk about that stuff at all, LOL. Oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't have framed it in this guise of, you want to talk about, let's talk about the, I was being, what do they call that? Rhetorical, if you will. You know what we could do while April's looking for that? Is we could go check out when Frank Pellegrino riled the shit out of Chad Zumach tonight on Bob Levy's show. That was pretty fun. I mean, Chad was a nervous wreck the entire show, or at least what I saw until we had to start our show. Nate says, I hope the one shot doesn't ruin the look of the show. Okay. Maybe you're going to like it. Stuttering John's Fingernails says, please. All right, let's go take a look. I believe it's Levyland is the name of the channel. Here we go. Let's take a look. Levyland episode. Oh, did he take it? Is it gone? No, he takes down his live streams after they're done. Oh, here we go. Stream 2 hours ago. Good. All right.
I'm up on the
Dang, you fucking
9 or
your own.
I get knifed or something. They can call up and go, hey, come and get his body. We got to get him the fuck out of here.
So let's fast forward to parts where Chad sees that Frank's in the chat, and then he starts to lose it.
12 hours. I know what I'm talking about.
He was sleeping for 9.
Addiction.
Oop, come on. Load it up.
Little Sally didn't come home. You can just rest your head on the fucking pillow and just pass right out. It's the greatest feeling. Murder will make you sleep. He's going to die because the episode Nobody Lives, and Anthony, it's killer. You know what I mean? But
sorry, guys, I'm gonna have to search around to find this.
I heard there was
Kevin Brennan, and you know this, Chad. He's just when he's mad, he can still be funny.
Oh, we go. Hold on.
They do some shady shit.
Okay, here we go.
My goal is to get even Chad and Chrissy talking.
Here we go.
Put people in the house and they try to stay in the house. But imagine that being filmed with people that want to kill each other.
You could call it Big Brother.
Big Brother.
Yeah, Big Brother.
I wish the only thing I wish Content House ended like the Jonestown Massacre. That would have been very good content.
Everybody drink the Kool-Aid.
You see, my goal is to get even Chad and Chrissy talking. I'm telling you.
Never.
It will. You see, no, there's no never. Listen to me. There's no never. Look.
By the way, I love elder statesman of comedy, Bob Levy. Like he's become like so wise as he's gotten older. He's like, there's a couple times here where he's going to tell Chad, like, you're out of your fucking mind.
Other friends have gone too far behind the scenes. They have gone too far.
Behind the scenes.
Kevin, at least Kevin was just being a dick. They try to get you canceled, man. They do.
No, they don't. First of all, Chad, you can't be canceled. There's nothing to cancel you for. You're uncancelable. You don't have anything. What are they going to not let you middle at the Orlando Improv? They didn't want you at your show because you've threatened them. That's okay. That's not being canceled, Chad. That's called being held accountable for being a psycho.
Some shady shit. I'm telling you.
Kevin doesn't ever try to get anybody canceled. And Kevin is one of the rare people that are funny when he's angry. Like a lot of people lose their cool when they get angry and they can't think of anything to say. But Kevin continues to be funny.
We got to get to the part where
he's
Frank
angry. Like
shows
when you
up
watch
in the
Gino,
chat.
like Gino can be funny, but when he's angry, it's just like,
get along with them both. They never, you know what I mean? So and it's hilarious because everything he said, he can trash the house. He can
I want to see where
have an opinion.
Frank's
Kevin seems to get an extra pass though with.
I think Chad and Anthony could work it out.
And by the way, notice you can't have Chad on for just a little bit of time until he starts, the same old stories, the same old people going after the same old targets. Here we
You know
go.
what I mean? But it's like when you're pushed away from everything and you see it from afar, it's totally different. It's totally different. And then you just walk in. Like if I seen Howard, I'd be thrilled to see Howard. You know what I mean? And say, I'm sorry the way I acted. Because I know I was wrong. You understand? Even though the way they set me up and that, I know he didn't know nothing to do with it. But when you're angry,
So now
you
Frank's in
lash
their
out.
chat.
I got away from that shit.
Guess what? We have a big surprise for you, Rob. Bring in Howard Stern.
Yes,
Oh,
Howard.
God, no,
Right,
he
he'll
didn't.
fuck it up.
Troopers with him as well.
Howard Stern.
You know, you have your things with Kevin. You don't work with Kevin, truthfully. And talk again.
Sorry,
It'll
guys.
Start off slow.
All right.
You know what
Well, we were gonna do this while April was gone, but April's back, and again,
I am
it's just searching and pecking, and I don't want to do that to you guys. So let's do what we came here to do.
I'm a little nervous. I will say that much. Hopefully this works out swimmingly.
All right. So it's going to be the right tile here is going to end up being the one shot.
No. Yes.
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 And
mine.
you are going to start working this out, and then eventually you will have to go sit in my spot.
I'm going to do that as soon as I move the camera over.
All right, so you move the camera, then
Yeah.
I'm going to move, and we're going to, if you're just joining us, we're going to do the one shot. We are going to revolutionize Steel Toe's look
We're going to try.
live on the air tonight. All right,
All right, you ready?
go ahead. April's, oh, there she is, guys. All right, she's moving it over to the edge of the monitors. All right. So now it's centered nice. All you got to do is widen out the screen. So should I make myself disappear?
Yeah.
Oops, not that one. There we go. I'm going to take myself away. I'm going to move over here. And now you're going to try. Do you just want to reset this box, or what do you want to do?
Oh my God, what is wrong with your mic?
It needs an Allen wrench. I need to
Jesus
tighten the middle one.
Christ. Okay. Where is the...
What do you want to do?
I need to unlock that first. Where is the...
There you go, right there.
Is it
Oh.
this one?
Yep.
I need to unlock it. Oh. Okay.
Do you know how to take it back to how it was originally, or?
Here, take a picture of that quick. Like, grab
Well, no.
my
Do you
phone
want me
camera.
to just I can just bring this camera up raw, and you can work it from there.
No, this is fine. I want you to take a picture of that so I have the dimensions in case I need to put it back.
Well, we can just Control Z until it goes back. All right.
It's so easy. I don't know why you can't just take the picture.
Fucking Christ with these women.
You asked me to do this live. Just the numbers, babe. Just the
There we go.
423 and
I got it.
1030.
I got it. All right. Okay, so there you go. There's the edge of that one.
We're going to... Oh, don't want to do that.
That wasn't bad, though.
You don't want to, like, stretch us. It just has to
Okay.
fit everyone.
Are we stretched there, though? I don't feel like we're stretched. Now, do you want to do the alt thing? Do you want to get those greens back to where they were originally?
We're going to have to maybe switch in closer a little bit. What are you trying to ask?
Do you want to hold down alt? And because those greens, that means they've been trimmed on those areas. If you hold down alt and you go all the way over.
I was definitely oh, there we go.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
And once those turn red, that means that's the original camera frame.
Okay, so I can scoot this over a little bit more.
Like you're going to want to make this a little bit higher. So you want to hold. See, now that's all the way over.
Okay, so basically
you're squeezed
we're not
top
gonna
and bottom
move.
right.
We're not gonna move.
So now go
We
alt.
can't move your shit anymore, except maybe I can scoot that camera over just a tiny
Go
bit.
alt on the top, and go up. Give a little more head clearance. Hold down alt.
No, I got it.
Go up. There you go.
That's fine.
That looks great.
What I'm trying to say is I'm in your spot right now, and it's really cutting you off a little bit. So,
Well, why don't I move over? We'll have this person move over. Well, okay. You could also move that seat over a little.
that's a little better.
Why not? Yeah. I mean.
Ew. Just kidding.
You don't like it?
No, I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
People are saying zoom out.
Zoom out. Okay.
That would mean, however, maybe just moving that camera back, though, also.
Oh, how did I do this before? I know what I'm doing. Video capture device. No. Configure. Video. Got it.
All right.
Camera control, zoom out. So would that be?
That would be back.
Lower.
Yes. There. Oh, yep. You're zooming out.
Oh, but that's really.
Yeah. Wait. Go one more. No. Go zoom in a little more. Zoom in, because you're cutting off the there. A little more. There. And now click OK.
I got it. I've done this before. Okay, so we can't see the edge of the banner in any fashion. We can barely see the table. Do you want me to get rid of the table a little bit?
What do you guys think?
Yes, you know what? I say we move it up so we get rid of that table and add more of the boot.
Logo.
No, we add the boot.
Yeah. All right.
We got this, guys. Oh.
Now Phage Live says stop, it's perfect. Really? Well, I don't like your headphones. They buzz.
I told you that.
I don't know
I don't know what that is about my headphones, but
all right. People are saying they like it.
I don't hate it. If we do it this size, I hate your microphone. If we do it this way, we cannot make that boot any bigger. So that font, I could make the font bigger. The boots are fine. Maybe just make the font bigger.
Pugsley says, fuck the boot. Citizen M says, stop, 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 leave it. I mean, it looks pretty good.
I don't hate it.
The only thing I would do is maybe move it up.
Why?
Because you can go a little bigger with the boot, and you got to remember when we put the chrome up there,
okay,
you don't want it to cut off too much of the show.
Here's my thought. Hear me out for a second. If we move our video to the upper right corner, like centered in that corner, and made the boot bigger in the bottom left, and then the middle just pops up as usual, maybe. So it's like offset, but here, I'll move it to where I'm talking about. If we move this to like right here
and make the
boot bigger a little bit, like I could lower it just a tiny bit, make that font bigger, make the boot taller right there.
Why do I podcast? No, you are correct. We will have 2 scenes. We will have multiple scenes. Don't worry about that. But we got 4 right now. We'll add more.
What do you mean by that?
Scenes, like different things for different. Like we'll have one where we got the camera, but we've also got spot for Corey and this and that. I'll probably just put Corey like in the other half of this frame.
Well, when it's Aaron and Corey, why don't you just stick with the normal 2-shot that I gave you? Because he's not here in person anyways. Why not just do the 2-shot with him?
We need to do something quick. Give me that. I got to show you something. First, I'm going to hit Control-Z and move that back to the center. And what I'm going to do here before we go any further and fuck this up and do something bad, I want to duplicate this scene and I want to call it one shot. Boom. And then I want to put one shot here. So now you can work on it from here. You see what I mean with one shot? And then what I want to do with 2-person is I want to move it back to the 2-shot.
Yeah, you should.
And then
that's for sure because
oh wait, no, can't do it.
But you're gonna need a 2-person for when you have Corey on. When
can't
you
do
have
it because
guests
it won't do the duplicate. One shot. Now, what do we do?
Can you change your solo one to a 2-person? Can you just... Oh, no, it's a whole different thing. Never mind.
Did we move this up and I just fucked it up?
No.
I want to do... Okay. They're saying it looks okay now. Yeah, move the desk. I mean, it's a big-ass fucking heavy desk. I don't know if moving the desk is...
What do you mean moving the desk?
That much of an option.
do at the desk.
It gets worse every time they move it. My OCD is making my eyes bleed. Is everyone like this in Minnesota? Do we like this? I mean, is this good? Is this
What are you talking about moving the desk?
Don't worry about it. Is this the is this the one shot that we're looking for? Is this what we like? Marcus says, I like this. Don't touch it anymore. Full screen and put the boots in front of you. Oh, I see. Like they want this to be full screen and just put the boots like in here, inside of the thing. I don't know. I don't know if I'd like that.
I don't like that.
It looks good the way it is now. Yes, it's fine. Leave it. I hate you both. The shot is fine. It looks good the way it is now. This is good. You would move the camera so the background is centered better. I feel like that background is pretty fucking centered.
So it would have to go my way
it would have
a little more?
The lettering would have to go this way a little more.
My way. Your lettering's going your way.
They want to widen that part because they think this is off center here. Either this needs to come in or that needs to go out.
That didn't do anything at all. It's barely moving. Do you see that?
Well, here, get down. Let's see what it looks like. That is better.
You can see the edge of the banner. I have to scoot it down a little.
All right. April's going to scoot the or just move it in a little. Just scoot it in a little bit. Good. By God, I think you've got it. Let's see what the chat says.
I don't know what to think.
They're saying that's pretty centered now. I don't like how much the camera's refocusing all the time. That should be locked. Can you turn the autofocus off? That is one thing that needs to be done. Is that autofocus needs to be turned off.
Well, then you have to unlock it to undo that. You have to.
Low light compensation, exposure, focus, autofocus. They want that turned off.
Okay, well, then you have to unlock it again.
No, you don't. You do it right here.
To make changes, you have to unlock.
That's only on the physical change, April. This is just for this shit on the display. You can have it locked and you can still go in here. Every time I change your brightness and everything else, this is locked when I do that. Trust me. I do want that autofocus out of there, though. So let's see. Autofocus. We're going to turn that off of auto. Are we focused? Looks good to me.
Yes, because every time you lean forward, usually it moves.
So perfect. We're in focus. Grank says, listen how he yells and physically abuses her. Jesus, I'm not yelling at her and abusing her at all. I'm saying I kept saying we're going to do something. She kept telling me the wrong thing. And I said it once and then it's fine. Relax, everybody. I'm a complete idiot. I thought these were framed photos behind you and not part of the banner. Chris says, April is abusing Aaron. I'm calling the police now. There is no abusing. Yep. Hate fuck, says Paul Polito. April is aggravated. There's no way you're aggravated.
I just want to know what's going on with the fucking thing here. Do we like this? Do we need to change it? What do I need to change on the template? If it's staying like this, the boots are staying the same. I can only change the font in that manner because the camera
I like this.
frame is going to go over them otherwise.
I think it's good.
It'll take some getting used to. I think this is fine. You 100% need a 2-person shot like we've been using, though. Like the one I sent you, the new one, for when you have Corey on and when you have guests on, like interviews. So you need a 2-person one.
Well, that's going to be an issue because we're then going to have to redo that. But at least you have those dimensions.
Well, Corey's on tomorrow, so what are you going to do?
I'm keeping my one-shot screen.
Okay, where's Corey going?
That's for sure. But this one, this one will have to be resplit again. And then you'll just have to turn this back into all you'll do is take the dimensions on this one, move it to where it was before, put it in the upper left here.
Oh, okay.
Or no. I'm sorry. No, look, watch. Easy enough. Ready? Where'd it go? Boom. Take that one, leave it right where it is. Take this one. Whoops. Make it disappear. And now we have Corey.
Yeah, you're just going to be to the side.
Right. I'll move back to where I was before. And then we'll have Corey here on the Zoom.
And obviously don't use this template.
No, it's an evening show template. I'm
just saying use the boots in the middle one.
Boom.
Yeah.
There we go. It's solved. And then the one shot is still like that. Oh, that is perfect. So the one shot's good. 2-person cam is there. And we'll have Corey on tomorrow morning. I think we've done it.
It looks good.
Why Do I Podcast says, don't clone the scene, make a new one. Why? Look. I like that a lot.
Is it big enough for you?
What do you mean? You mean like in how much space it takes up on the thing?
Mm-hmm.
For now, yes, we should not play with it until we have hours to play around. I think for tomorrow evening, it will be fine.
Okay.
I think we can play with it as time goes on. I like that we turned the autofocus off, though. That was driving me nuts. All right, guys, what do you think? Let me love up on this for a while, says Atomic Citizen. They're saying it's good. Yeah, Chris says April looks pissed. Yeah, I don't get what you're so apprehensive about.
I wasn't pissed at all. I was looking at the screen. That's my serious looking face. Can everyone get off my case for a second tonight?
Yeah, you just look
that
distressed
would be
at
really nice. I'm serious. I'm looking at it. I'm making sure it's right. That's my serious face.
All right.
That doesn't have to mean I'm pissed. Everybody. Thank you. Fuck.
Well, on that note, we will take off for the evening. April, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wonderful work as always. To the rest of you, thank you. Mad Max Mardigan says, I love that it's steel toe again instead of steel toe. So hopefully this puts to an end any complaints you guys have ever had, and you will never come up with another complaint again. I fully believe that's what's happening here. All right, guys, we'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. Central Time. And I hope you have a great rest of your night.